Barbecue, your home for wall-to-wall football action. Kick things off with Friday Night Lights on Jed TV. Roll into a full slate of college football Saturday and wrap it up with every big play from NFL Sunday, all on the big screen at Doc's. Pair the games with Southern-style hickory-smoked barbecue in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere. Stop by Doc's Smokehouse in Dyer, where football and flavor go hand in hand all weekend long.
Life's biggest challenges don't come with a warning. When legal issues arise, whether it's a car accident, personal injury, criminal charge, or representing you before municipal boards, you need a trusted advocate on your side. At Westland & Bennett, we listen first because your story matters. We provide strategic, personalized legal solutions to protect your rights, your freedom, and your future. Peace of mind starts with a conversation. Call 219-440-7550 today for a free consultation.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their 2-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance. We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance. And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America are building roads and bridges to get Hoosiers where they're going today and a new energy infrastructure that will keep Indiana competitive tomorrow. LIUNA's over 12,000 statewide members also grow local economies, earning good union wages, shopping where they live and work, and paying taxes. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Big welcome back to Munster, Indiana, as you see the sights and sounds of football here at Munster. What a great athletic culture that Munster has here. We talk about the hospitality in the booth, the niceness of the press box, and then obviously if you're basketball fans, you know what they provide in terms of scenery on the basketball side of things with the M-Dome. Tim, just talking about the atmosphere that Munster's able to create, even with a 1-4 program.
No, they always do a tremendous job here, and they always have so many things going on.
Yeah, and
you know, when you look at the band and senior night and recognizing all the teams, it's always a lot going on as we're about to step aside for a national anthem.
Yep, right now they got the national anthem going on. We'll step aside. This is Jed TV.
Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America are building roads and bridges to get Hoosiers where they're going today and a new energy infrastructure that will keep Indiana competitive tomorrow. LIUNA's over 12,000 statewide members also grow local economies, earning good union wages, shopping where they live and work, and paying taxes. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Plumbers Local 210 is building the future, and we're looking for service plumbers to join our team. Our training center invests nearly $500,000 every year to make sure our members are the best in the industry. From a 5-year apprenticeship and an associate degree at Ivy Tech to ongoing certifications in safety and new technology, our plumbers are trained for excellence. Every member is drug tested and licensed for your safety and peace of mind. When you need plumbing work done, make sure you ask for the license. It's your right to ask.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's Insurance Professionals, Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
For 100 years, Roofers Local 26 has been keeping Northwest Indiana dry and safe. Since 1919, our highly trained members have built a reputation for skills, safety, and reliability. With a 4-year apprenticeship and certifications in OSHA safety, first aid, and CPR, we deliver quality you can trust. When you need roofing done right, choose Roofers Local 26, protecting what matters most for over a century. For more information, visit www.roofers26.com.
This is your home for high school sports, the JED TV Sports Network. With the NCC Network, PCC Network, and 19 high schools across the region, we bring you more local games than anyone, live and on demand. From rivalry matchups to playoff runs, watch your school, your town, your team on the JED TV app, available on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple, Android, or JEDTV.com. JED TV Sports Network, 19 schools, 2 conferences, 1 place to watch it all.
Have you ever considered becoming an iron worker? Local 395 is now accepting applications for their apprenticeship program. Go to ironworkers395.com. Look under the training section, click on apprenticeship, and scroll down to the application. You must be 18 years old, have a high school diploma or GED, and you must be physically able to perform the work of the trade. Find out more by calling the apprenticeship school in Lake Station at 219-962-7675 or visit ironworkers395.com.
Truck drivers, have you been searching for a more reliable driving job? Get the paychecks and predictability you need as a Schneider driver. Schneider's large selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers have access to great benefits with a 401k match and a 24/7 support team. Get the keys to a better driving job. Search openings near you and apply now at schneiderjobs.com.
Do you like to work with your hands, creating something from nothing? Then think about Laborers Local 41. You'll get 432 hours of apprenticeship training, all while earning a wage with benefits and incurring no student debt. You'll travel to different job sites, learn tons of skills, and in a lot of cases, be the first one on and last one off a job site. It all starts at laborers41.com.
Taking a look at the coin toss here at midfield in Munster, Indiana. Sun has nearly set. Day turns to dusk. And a night of football is about to begin. Hanover won the toss and deferred. Munster will receive the opening kickoff, so we'll get to see Daniel Schosberger, the senior quarterback who really exploded last year as a junior, Tim. So far this season, Schosberger above 50% completion, 600 yards, nearly 5 touchdowns to 1 interception, another 150 on the ground. Productive player, and he's a playmaker with a good arm, capable of having any type of performance that Robinson St. Louis needs on the ground, through the air. He's a do-it-all senior quarterback.
Yeah, he's a dual threat out there. He's run it 23 times for 152 yards, so that's certainly going to be an option. You'll see him working that read option with Sudak in the backfield. And then, when he does keep it, he always has an option to throw the ball as well. He could throw it downfield, so don't be surprised if you see Munster take some chances. They hit some big plays in the Week 1 game I did against Lake Central. So we'll see if they, pick their moment to try to pick the top off this Hanover defense early in this one.
Weather is beautiful, not a cloud in the sky. The Mustangs will be receiving the opening kickoff. They'll be moving from right to left. If you guys are listening on the radio at home, if you're watching on TV, on the JED TV app, which I always highly recommend in the NCC network. It's one of the best apps I've ever seen covering high school sports in terms of the ability to rewind, ability to watch archived games, and the amount of games that we're covering around the region. But for those of you listening on Radio, Munster wearing the red tops, white bottoms, the red helmet with the galloping Mustang on the side, the Hanover Central Wildcats kicking from left to right in the all-whites, blue numbers, maroon tops with the blue logo on the side. It says Cats. We're about ready to go and kick this one off. Sam Sudak, the one to watch, back deep on the right hash. Back there with him is Irie Preboy, both dangerous runners of the football. As we're awaiting
Something
on the sideline. We've been all set. Hey, I promise I timed this well as a broadcaster for the foot to be through the football already. But we're waiting on a word from the officials.
The clock is ready to go.
Clock's ready to go. Officials are all standing out there. 22 players on the field. Players are looking around.
We have a tee. We have a ball.
Broadcast is ready. We're definitely ready here from the Strack Van Til broadcast booth. Remember, Strack Van Til, the region's local grocer. Kicking it away for Hanover Central. Just give you some more details. Logan Ziltz, senior kicker, standing at 5'11", the lefty will put his foot through the football. Now we've got some players looking around and shrugging. They're wondering what's going on.
Yeah, I tell you what, I've never seen anything like this. I'm not sure. I'm looking around. The lights are working, at least on the far side. Is there a light out in the near side? You know, the old administrator in me starts running through all the options as to what would possibly cause the delay.
It's a chain gang.
Condition with the field, and there you go.
Press box just told us.
The chains are laying down over there, right as you said that, and there is no chain gang.
Are you telling me we don't have the automated ball system? We don't have the GPS on the field?
Well, you know, this is reminding me of roughing a JV football game. This is when you start walking up in the stands and begging parents with free hot dogs and free popcorn.
Tim, do you think
you'll come down and work the chains?
Do you think we could broadcast the game and work the chain? Do we have the technology?
We might be the first ones ever to do that. I would love to give that a try. That would give us a vantage point like no other.
Listen, we tell Sam, our wonderful lead, Sam Michael, we tell Sam, I will do that for free. If you get me on a chain gang and to be able to do play-by-play, that is pro bono for sure. That would be one of the more interesting experiences we've seen. Looks like a few members of the Munster community are heading over to the chain, so we're expecting kickoff probably less than a minute here once they get the chain set up.
In case Sam is going to listen to this broadcast, I'm not doing that pro bono. No, that's extra work. So I want, double pay.
Double pay.
Yeah, which still sense. Equals pro bono. But,
Oh, but just imagine, I'm right here on the first down. He definitely got it. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Can't criticize the coaches and the players as much when you're standing right next to them. That'd be a little intimidating.
Hey, I try to keep the rule. I'd say it to their face if I say it on here. Do I always follow that rule? I don't know. We'll find out. All right, we're ready to go. Logan Ziltz will put his left foot through the football. Sudak and Preboy back to return for the Mustangs, moving right to left. 12 minutes on the clock.
This is the first. I've seen a lot of high school football. I've never seen a varsity game delayed by the chain game before.
That's all in the pass now. Foot through the ball, and it's heading Sudak's direction. He'll field it at the 10-yard line along the right hash, angled towards the middle of the field, split a few defenders up the middle. This is a great return. He's upended at the 40-yard line, and a late penalty flag behind the return, laying at the 25-yard line. We'll await the call. It was a great return from Sudak.
And one heck of a block by Parker Zills. Just pancaked a Hanover Central defender on that return. And it was a great return from Sudak that is going to go backwards due to the holding penalty. But what a block by Zills, who came out fired up on that one.
The holding called on the return team. They marked it officially at the 35. So move it back to the 25-yard line is where this opening drive for the Mustangs will begin. Daniel Schosberger is second year starting. 5 touchdowns through the air this year. He'll start with Sudak in the backfield. 3 receivers in the formation, 2 to the right of Schosberger, 1 to the left. Sudak on his left hip. First down and 10 from the 25 for the Mustangs on the opening drive. Handoff Sudak, zone stretch right. Sudak, a nice run. He's going through a few Wildcat bodies near the first down marker, and he does have the first down across the 35.
You see great zone blocking there on the right side. It's like the old student body right, when you get everyone out in front. And how about that to start the game, picking up 10 yards on the first down?
This is a matchup Munster has never won. I mean, unless somebody that was watching high school football in Indiana before 1971 has some more information for us. But it's 0-4 in records that I could access for this Munster team against Hanover Central. Hanover Central's dominated the last 4 seasons. Schosberger in the gun again. Ball on the far right hash, 35-yard line. Man in motion was Preboy. They dump off to Preboy, who slips a tackle in the backfield and is able to regain the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's 2nd and long for the Mustangs.
Missed block out there by Gouvet. I think he was supposed to get a body on a guy, and that was going to free up Preboy. But I like the idea of getting the ball to your athletes early, getting Preboy a touch in space, and seeing if he can make a guy miss to go one-on-one.
They give him an official 1-yard loss, so 2nd and 11 now at the 34-yard line. The Mustangs own 34. Minute 15 into this opening quarter. Schosberger in the gun again. They're favoring this 11 personnel early. Sudak? No, not Sudak. This is kept, and then running left is Daniel Schosberger. And he knocks over a few Wildcats and is pushed out of bounds right near the first down marker at the 45-yard line. Did they give him the first down? They did.
Yeah, excuse me. That's what you're going to get, Lucas, on this read option. The first time Sudak kept it, but when Sudak kept that ball, there was a big hole over here on the near side. So Schosberger saw that, took the opportunity this time to get another big gain.
That first down brought to you by IU Northwest. Your future starts here. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. They picked up 2 first downs on this opening drive. Ball on the 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Schosberger in the gun. Sudak on his right hip. He'll hand off Sudak. Room to run left side. He's across the 50. Jukes back. Tripped up at the 40. Kept his feet, though, and he's brought down along the left hash at the 30-yard line. A massive gain for the Mustangs in the Wildcats territory. And this offense for Robinson St. Louis and his Munster Mustangs moving.
Good hustle there by Zerbe, chasing down from behind after missing the tackle initially. Well, yeah, this is just a Munster offensive line that's dominating the line of scrimmage right now. And this zone running attack is just doing a great job opening up holes for whether it's Sudak or Schosberger on the read option.
Rodriguez, Guaramato, the receivers at the top. Man in motion, Preboy out of the same gun set. This time, Schosberger keeps on the read option. Running upside, right hash. He's across the 25. A first down inside the 20. Brought down from behind along the right side numbers at the 11-yard line. Another first down for the Mustangs, and they're headed to the red zone.
I love to see the downfield blocking, especially by the receivers. Preboy, the option man, he got his body on a Hanover defender, 10, 15 yards downfield. That allowed Schosberger to pick up about an extra 5 yards.
Opening drive of the game, and the Mustangs find themselves in the Tech Credit Union red zone. We are the better option for your financial journey. Tech Credit Union, 9:19 remaining, opening quarter. Mustangs at the 11-yard line, right hash. 2 in the backfield now. Oh, no, 1 in the backfield was Schosberger. Now the man in motion. They'll fake the handoff, give it to Preboy, and Preboy's tripped up after about 2 yards to about the 8 or 9 yard line. A lot of motion here, and I can already tell I saw this team play Highland a year ago, and Tim, I can already tell the difference in speed and athleticism for Munster.
Well, prior to Coach St. Louis getting here, Munster was an option wishbone attack, and it takes a while to go from that to running the spread, running all this motion, this read option stuff. So even though there's some similarities in the read option to the wishbone, it takes time to adjust. And now you're seeing an offense in year 2 of St. Louis's tenure that's clicking.
This time, Sudak, right side, reaching for the pylon, diving, he's in. Sam Sudak opens the scoring up here at Munster with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
And it's been all on the outside, right? I mean, they haven't had to go up the middle. They're dominating on the outside. They're getting great downfield blocking from the receivers. And they're just really beating Hanover to the outside, to the corner. So that's where they dominated on this entire drive. And they were just unstoppable, had Hanover Central on their heels the entire time.
And for an offense that just a year ago didn't score a single point through the first 4 weeks of the season, for them to look like that against Hanover Central on the opening drive of the game, if you'd have told a Mustang fan this back in week 3 of last year, they would be awfully surprised. That touchdown brought to you by Westland and Bennett. When the pressure's on, make the right call. 7-0 as the extra point is good. 8:25 left in the first quarter. You're listening to high school football on WJOB.
From the gasoline in your car to the jet fuel in the sky, the diesel moving freight, propane warming homes, asphalt paving roads, and petrochemicals for everyday products, we make it all. We're United Steelworkers Local 7-1, the Local 7-1 Oil Workers, proud to power Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland, and the Midwest. We're not just refinery workers, we're your neighbors. United Steelworkers Local 7-1, powering the region because we are the region.
Are you searching for a college where you belong? Calumet College of St. Joseph wants to know you and give you the support you need to succeed. Are you worried about how you'll pay for your degree? 95% of our students receive financial aid, including scholarships and grants. Need some extra help with your classes? You'll benefit from our small class sizes, free tutoring, internship planning, faculty mentors, and so much more. Come experience our accepting, supportive college family for yourself. Schedule your campus visit and apply at ccsj.edu.
Opening drive led to 6. Sam Sudak ran it in from about 8 yards. The Mustangs kick it away to the Hanover Central Wildcats. The kickoff return starts at the left hash and spun down short of the 25-yard line. On the return was Isaiah Baikima. And that's where the Hanover Central Wildcats will begin their opening drive of the game. What an opening drive, though, for the Munster Mustangs, Tim.
No, it really was. And they operated that read option to perfection. And everything was to the outside. They mixed it up with Schassberger keeping it. Sudak working the ball to pre-boy, getting the ball to your athletes in space. Just did a lot of different things, and it was all on the outside. So Hanover needs to find a way to shore up that edge next time their defense gets out there.
Wildcats come out in 11 personnel, exact same formation set that the Mustangs used, where you got one tight end in, one back in the backfield, and then 3 receivers out in the formation. This ball a little closer to the left hash than the right. The official drive start will be at the 24-yard line. Hanover Central in the all-whites moving left to right. 8:18 remaining in the first quarter. The Mustangs lead 7-0. Toole, the quarterback, will hand it off to Baikima, who sprints up the middle. Went untouched for about 5 yards and is brought down a yard short by the initial spot of the first down marker. A great first down run for the very effective back, Isaiah Baikima.
Opek got in the backfield in a hurry, but Baikima was able to run right by him. And, Baikima was another guy who struggled early on, but again, they played a very tough schedule. But he's really turning in to that workhorse for this Hanover Central team. And he's had to replace a very good running back, and he's finally fallen to his own.
97 yards last week in the win over Kankakee Valley. He gets it again on 2nd and 2. He stood up at the line of scrimmage. A nice play from the Munster defensive line. One of the guys in on that tackle, Caleb Moore, the one that stuck him up, it looked like at the line, and it's 3rd and short for Hanover Central on their opening drive.
Yeah, great job there by Munster closing that gap. But, Hanover, thanks to the big play on first down, it's 3rd in the entire playbook in front of them right here.
Wyatt Toole took over the quarterback position from Jeffrey Resney earlier this year. 12 of 19 last week versus Kankakee Valley, 108 yards. 3rd down and 2 from their own 32. Handoff, Baikima, patient run. It's close. Looked like he was able to fall across the first down marker. He did. They moved the chains. Not so easy, but Baikima, a little patience, able to get the first down.
Yeah, he is a very patient runner. He'll wait for his moments to hit that hole, and he always falls forward. And he needed every inch there falling forward to pick up the first down.
First down, 10 Wildcats from the 34. Hanover Central trailing by 7. 3 receivers to the right of the quarterback, Toole. 1 receiver to the left in the backfield, Baikima. Mustangs showing 4 down linemen. Might have been a jump across. No flag, though. Toole's throwing the football. It was behind his intended receiver, Furco. Nearly intercepted by the Mustangs on the deflection. Incomplete pass brings us to 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he just missed him. Furco had a step. If he gets that ball out in front, that's a big gain. And Furco, the opportunity, if he can get to the sideline, cross that middle, he had about a man or two to beat. It could have been a real big gain for Hanover on first down.
That's the matchup to watch, Guaramonto versus Furco. Guaramonto playing both ways, wide receiver and corner for the Mustangs. Was in coverage that time on Jacob Furco, the leading receiver for the Hanover Central Wildcats. As now they'll move Furco to the opposite side of the field. And the Mustangs trying to make sure they're matched up. They bump one over. So trips left. They'll pitch left to Bikema on 2nd and 10. He has room to run across the 40-yard line, able to pick up 6 or 7. And another 3rd and short upcoming for Hanover Central. We're halfway through quarter one.
Flag down there. It's going to be a hold. There was a nice hole opened up for Bikema on the left side that he was able to slither through. But the flag came down right at the point of attack. And it's going to be a face mask. So, it was in a position there where it could have been a hold, but no, it's a face mask. Hanover will tack on some yardage. I think they indicated it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. So first down for Hanover.
So from the 41 into Mustangs territory go the Hanover Central Wildcats. This offense for Hanover Central averaging just 14 points per game, but it's been much better over the last 3 weeks. Just 7 points in the first 2 weeks against Michigan City and Indianapolis Chittard, but against Highland, Lowell, and Kankakee Valley, 28, 20, and 17 in those games. It's been a much more efficient offense as they've started to grow into the Tony Bartolomeu era in his first season here at Hanover Central. So first down and 10 at the 44 of the Mustangs are the Hanover Central Wildcats. Toole with the snap, handoff Bikema out of the gun. Dives into the pile, is near the 40-yard line for a couple yards on first down.
Yeah, you got to love what they're doing on first down. Just staying ahead of the sticks, picking up nice 4 or 5 yards. And that's what Bikema's going to give you. He'll head out now, and I think it's going to be Boswell in there.
Well, and we'll see how both these run games maintain their effectiveness as the game goes along. That's always an interesting battle to watch, is which group of trench players, offensive or defense, are going to have that stamina to kind of impose their will on the game as it goes on. Second down and 7. And a penalty marker down as a Mustang looked like he was coming over. No, they'll call encroachment. So I thought a Mustang came over, and then I thought they were going to give a false start since the flag came out, but instead they called encroachment. So a free 5 yards sets up a 2nd and short for Hanover Central.
Hanover's been doing a good job moving the ball down the field by themselves, but Munster certainly isn't helping this situation. They had the face mask penalty, and now you have, the encroachment call. So, Munster have been big. If they could have came out here and got a quick stop, got the ball back with the lead, Hanover doing a good job marching downfield, trying to answer Munster's score.
2nd and 2. Handoff up the middle. It's not Bikema this time. It's the backup running back.
Isaiah Bikema on the carry.
Actually, no, that is Isaiah Bikema, excuse me. As he ran it up the middle and was able to get the first down, 1st and 10.
Bikema's a guy, he's not all that big, but he does a good job of finding the hole, hitting the hole hard. He plays a lot bigger and stronger than at least he looks out there. I think he only goes, 5'7", 155 pounds, but he's not afraid to run between the tackles.
So 1st and 10 for Hanover Central at the Munster 30-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Toole will fake the handoff Bikema, dump it out to the flat to a tight end who gives a great stiff arm, is running over a Mustang and is inside the 10-yard line all the way down to the 4. Anthony Lehman, the junior at 6'4", 225, laid the wood on that run and sets up 1st and goal for Hanover Central.
Yeah, that's one big boy out there. When he gets the ball and he can get ahead of steam downfield, he's going to be able to run over some guys as he did there. And that's one guy that Toole likes to go to. Lehman, only 8 catches on the year. They would love to get him more involved.
And that'll send Hanover Central into the Tech Credit Union red zone. Tech Credit Union, the better option for your financial journey. Ball at the 4-yard line, right hash. Toole in the gun, Bikema in the backfield. And the whistle blows a flag out on the far side before the play gets going. And another encroachment on Munster. And it's going to be half the distance from the 4-yard line. It'll be at the 2 now with 3:47 remaining in the first quarter. Munster took the ball on their opening drive all the way down the field, capped off by a Sam Sudak touchdown. Hanover Central has responded, although little less offense and more defensive mistakes from Munster on this drive, with the personal foul penalty moving it forward 15 yards and a couple of encroachments here made it easier for the Wildcats.
Well, yeah, the offsides that's a week 1 mistake. That's not something you expect in week 6 for your players to line up offsides like that. So that's something that Coach St. Louis is not going to be happy about, and I'm sure we'll address the first opportunity he gets.
First and goal from the 2. Baikima will be untouched into the end zone, and the Wildcats have responded with a touchdown on their opening drive as well. 7-6 the score. We wait the extra point. That touchdown brought to you by Westland and Bennett. When the pressure's on, make the right call.
Yeah, how about that response? After their defense got pushed around to open up the ball game, they come right back and march right downfield to tie this one up. And it was a big dose of Baikima and, Toole hitting some key passes and the big one to Lehman to get them down inside the red zone.
On to kick the extra point, Logan Zills. He puts his left foot through it. It is good. 7-7 the tie. 3:28 remaining in the first quarter. You're watching high school football on JED TV and the NCC Network.
For 100 years, Roofers Local 26 has been keeping Northwest Indiana dry and safe. Since 1919, our highly trained members have built a reputation for skills, safety, and reliability. With a 4-year apprenticeship and certifications in OSHA safety, first aid, and CPR, we deliver quality you can trust. When you need roofing done right, choose Roofers Local 26, protecting what matters most for over a century. For more information, visit www.roofers26.com.
For over 140 years, the Central Midwest Carpenters have built our communities in Northwest Indiana. Are you ready to join the effort? We have long-term work, competitive pay, and the best benefits in the industry. We pride ourselves on innovative training and commitment to worksite safety. Earn as you learn as an apprentice. A solid career built on a solid legacy. For more info, go to carpenters.com.
First 8.5 minutes of this one, thrilling. Munster 7, Hanover Central 7. Both teams an opening touchdown march has led us to a 7-7 tie. Hanover Central's touchdown drive capped off by Isaiah Baikima running it in. So both star running backs get themselves a touchdown in this first quarter as well. This game close as a squib kick will be bobbled by Munster and then picked up at the 25. And then brought down just short of the 35-yard line was Liam Gouveia, the senior, the up back, who nearly had a disaster as he bobbled it at first, but able to scoop it up. And that's where Munster will begin their opening drive. So their second drive of the game.
We'll see what kind of adjustments Hanover Central makes, and it's going to start at the edges. They got beat on the edges in that first drive. Munster did not go up the middle. They did not have to go up the middle. Everything was to the outside, so we'll see if Hanover can do a better job of sealing up that edge and trying to force Munster to run the ball between the tackles.
So Schosberger did not attempt a pass, am I right, on that opening drive? Oh, he attempted a little screen pass out to the left to Irie Preboy, but there was no real downfield passing action. It was all read option. Sam Sudak and Schosberger, and then Irie Preboy on a jet sweep one time. Did all the damage running the football. Preboy moves from left to right. They fake the handoff. Preboy and Schosberger is broken up. Might have been no right decision there, but definitely a poor decision to keep as he's brought down for a huge loss in the backfield as Luke Kopech, the senior linebacker, with a huge TFL, brings up 2nd and 15.
Well, that's one way to shore up the edge. That's just busting up the play up the middle and getting to the quarterback before he has an option to make the proper call on the read. And as you said, if he gives that one off to Sudak, I think Kopech's in position to make the play. So regardless of the decision, it was probably going to be the same result.
This is how you know you trust a quarterback. The Mustangs going empty now. One tight end in the formation, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 2nd and 15. Schosberger rolling right, emptying the pocket, fires on the run, and it's caught. I don't know how he fit it through that window. Sprinting is Guaramato up the middle of the field. He slips 2 tackles, and he's going all the way. There's a penalty marker behind the play, though, but right now it stands as an incredible 71-yard pitch and catch. Schosberger to Guaramato. We'll see what this penalty is.
I believe it's going to be roughing the passer, so I think it's going to stay. No, now they're indicating
There's
hold.
2 flags on the field. There's a flag near the Munster sideline. There's a flag back near the original line of scrimmage. So a lot to sort out here.
I thought we had ourselves a Hometown Jams Playback 10 nominee. And that play looked like it was going to be intercepted. It looked like it went right through the hands of a Hanover Central defender. And somehow Garamato comes down with it. But I guess it's all for nothing, Lucas.
Our Jed TV viewers seeing it again, and that was such a tight window. Might have been an ill-advised decision from Schosberger, but take it all off as they're marking it back. We'll wait the call from the official.
Sideline warning issued against Munster. During the return, hold.
So a sideline warning and then a hold during the play. So instead of a 71-yard touchdown, it is going to be 2nd and 20 plus for the Mustangs. What a turn of events. Got to shout out Schosberger for that throw on the run, though. I don't know how he fit it in there, and then Guaramonto on the run. If you're Hanover Central, you feel good because it's 2nd and 34, but you might not feel too good about how the rest of this game is going to go after seeing a play like that.
Well, and then Munster has to clean up the penalties. They've been shooting themselves in the foot now. They contributed to that Hanover touchdown drive defensively. It's a lot of mistakes, and now the big penalty here, taking points off the board, is never a good thing.
2nd and 34. Sudak, the man in motion. Empty set for Schosberger. Free runner came right at him. He's on the run. Schosberger running now as he plows forward along the right hash near the 20-yard line. A decent little pickup on 2nd and 34, but it's still 3rd and forever.
Yeah, and I expect him to keep the ball on the ground here, do read option again. Maybe you can break it. You know, hey, if you can get back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe get an opportunity to flip the field. It's going to be a little disheartening, you know, taking those points off the board, but the defense is going to need to get fired up, come out, make a big stop, and give the offense another opportunity.
We've seen 3rd and 26, though, before. So we'll see what Munster's got in store here. Coach St. Louis has drawn up in this situation. 71-yard touchdown, pitch and catch, wiped off the board because of a penalty. They'll hand off up the middle. Sudak, and he's brought down around the hips. A great tackle that time from Corey Hastley, the junior linebacker. And that'll lead to an obvious punting situation for the Mustangs as this first quarter slowly ticks to an end.
Textbook tackle right there. That's what you want to see. Wrapping up low on the ankles, pulling back into your body to drop the runner. Hastley, one of the leading tacklers on this Hanover Central defense, doing what he's been doing all year.
So on a 4th and 21, Mustangs will punt it away. Owen Burns, the one that gave the punt. It was caught at the 50-yard line, and a lot of room to run as he's brought down at the 40-yard line that time. Vinny Bonato on the return for Hanover Central. 58 seconds remain in this opening quarter. Munster, 2 drives, a touchdown, and a punt.
Another flag down, and unless it was, I'm not sure what's going on there at the 50-yard line. It was right where the, or maybe that's not a flag. Maybe that was just a beanbag being dropped there, and they just haven't picked it up yet, and I think that's what it is. So I beg your pardon. It's laying there right at the 50-yard line, and yeah, Larry Babcock sees it now.
Put it in his pocket. First down and 10 at the 40. Ball on the left hash. Wyatt Toole back out at quarterback. Handoff goes Bikema. Bounces it right after he's hit initially at the line of scrimmage. Now he has the edge. A penalty marker is out as Bikema sprints across the 10, is pushed out of bounds at the 5-yard line, but I expect this one to come back as the flag is sitting around the 40-yard line.
Yeah, in the position of an obvious hold right there, but that's what Bikema does. He's so slippery, too. You know, he'll start up the middle. He has that nice vision where he can find the outside. He's always looking for that hole. You know, that's his advantages and his size, too, where he can maybe hide behind the offensive line and gives him the opportunity then with his quickness to get to the outside. But I believe that's the first penalty of the game against Hanover Central.
Yeah, it was pretty smooth, mistake-free football through the first few opening salvos of this one, and some penalties have muddied it up here at the end of the first quarter. So they'll replay first down after they mark off the penalty to be 1st and long for Hanover Central. Wyatt Toole, pretty good numbers on the year. 40 of 68 coming to this one. That's a doable completion percentage there. It's above 60%. 480 yards on the year, 4 touchdowns and 2 picks. So when they've decided to throw the football, it's been effective when it's been Wyatt Toole doing the sling. First down, 17. Line to gain the 30-yard line of the Mustangs. Toole rolls left. They move the pocket. Fires on the run. Incomplete. Above the head of his intended receiver. It was Lucas Velisca, the intended target on the play. Just at 5'9", about 2 inches too short to reach up and snag that one.
Yeah, that's one he'll probably tell you he should have had. Hit him in the hands. He'd like to bring that one in. Sure, you want that ball to be lower. You want the ball to be on the numbers. But anytime it goes through your hands, any receiver's going to tell you they should have had it.
2nd and 17. Bikema in the backfield. Furco to the right of the quarterback, Toole, at the bottom of the screen. 2nd down, 17. Snap back. 3-step drop. Toole. It was a screen. He threw it high again. Incomplete. Off the hands of his receiver once again, but all 3 of these misses that have been high passes, tough for the receiver to handle. Bikema had a ton of room to run on that little screen pass.
He did, and I think the timing was off a little bit there too. You know, as an offensive lineman on a screen, you got to chip, for at least a split second to hold that defensive front up a little bit, to give the quarterback an opportunity to hit that screen. And the Munster defenders just came through way too quick. Had Toole on his heels, and he just wasn't able to put that ball where he wanted. He still had an opportunity. He'll probably still tell you he should have made the pass. But I think the offensive line needs to do a little bit better job of chipping, slowing up that Munster defensive front at least a little.
Well, and Bartolomeu, the head coach of Hanover Central, is going to want to talk about this. They take a timeout with 38 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 7-7 tie, 3rd and 17 coming your way next. You're listening to High School Football on WJOB.
This weekend, make Doc's Barbecue your home for wall-to-wall football action. Kick things off with Friday Night Lights on Jed TV. Roll into a full slate of college football Saturday and wrap it up with every big play from NFL Sunday, all on the big screen at Doc's. Pair the games with Southern-style hickory smoked barbecue in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere. Stop by Doc's Smokehouse in Dyer, where football and flavor go hand in hand all weekend long.
Our hero, Lantern Man, faces off against a nefarious insurance swindler.
I'll trick them into a contract and just keep raising the rates.
Luckily, they can make a call to Crow Company's Lantern Man. He's always ready to protect families from the insurance swindler.
I can easily defeat your overpriced policies. Fair prices always prevail when you call me, the Crow Company's Lantern Man.
Crow Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
3rd down and 17 upcoming for the Hanover Central Wildcats. A timeout taken by Tony Bartolomeu. He's in his first year at Hanover Central, a 2-3 record with the Wildcats. That's below Hanover Central's normal expectation, though. This is their first 2-3 start this century, millennia, however you want to say it, since before 1971. He's 10-35 in his career. And it's 3rd and 17. Toole looks left, another high pass, and this one was nearly a backwards pass. They'll say it was. So instead of an incomplete pass, it's going to be loss of about 5 yards. Doesn't really matter, though. It's 4th down and punting either way for Hanover Central.
Well, it only matters if you're going to have a Munster player there who would have picked that ball up and would have had the quick opportunity. The whistle, the official blew that one dead right away, so it's going to negate anything. Well, yeah, it was very close to being a lateral.
So, Tim, is that negative rushing yards for the quarterback, Toole? How do you stat that?
Well, that one they called an incomplete pass, didn't they?
No, they moved the ball back.
Oh, did they? Oh, they did move the ball back. I see that. Okay, so he blew it dead when the ball went out of bounds. So that's going to be
negative rushing yards.
A lateral. So yeah, that will go
Wyatt
down
Toole.
as negative yards for against Toole, I would assume.
Well, we're not statisticians, but that's our assumption. Snap back, here's the punt from Hanover Central. It's high, end over end, angling towards the near sideline. It bounces out of bounds at the 25-yard line, and that's where Munster will begin their next drive. Their 3rd of the game, 27 seconds remaining in this first quarter. So you imagine a lot of this action for Munster will happen in the beginning portions of the second. A little bit of sloppy play, I'd say, is what slowed down both these offenses. They had such clean opening drives to each of them. And now penalties and some drop passes have slowed down both these offensive units.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Offensively, very clean on the first drive. Hanover's defense, their first defensive possession was not clean. They had the 2 offsides. They had the face mask. which gave Hanover some extra yards. But Munster had the touchdown taken off the board, and, Hanover went, a little backwards there with a few mistakes.
1st and 10 from the 25. Ball near the left hash. Handoff goes Sudak. He goes up the left hash, reaches forward across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Nice 7-yard carry on first down.
And I expect both teams to get back to what they did on the first drive and keep the ball on the ground. Neither defense has proved that they are having much success at stopping the run. So I say go back to the basics right here if you're Munster.
Munster lining up like they might snap it, but they're not going to get the playoff before the end of the quarter. So that's the end of the first quarter. A tight contest. Munster 7 on a Sudak touchdown. Hanover Central 7 on a Bikema touchdown. The Stars playing like stars here on Jed TV. You're watching high school football.
Opportunities are everywhere, even right around the corner. That's where you'll find Horizon Bank, going beyond to make a difference in our community. Whether you're starting a business or a family, expanding your kitchen or your customer base, drop by and see us for friendly service, local expertise, and solid financial advice. Horizon Bank, beyond ordinary banking. Learn more at horizonbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Through one quarter of play, 7-7 the score as the sun has completely removed itself from the picture. The lights are doing all the work here in Munster, Indiana. What a gorgeous night for football. Absolutely perfect weather for it. Shorts and T-shirts for everybody in the crowd. No cramps for the players on the field. Nice room temperature evening. 7-7 the score. Munster 2nd and 3 to start this second quarter of play. They'll hand off, stretch right to Sudak, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage. A great tackle in space from Lucas Velisca.
Yeah, that's one. Unfortunately, Preboy was downfield delivering a block that he does so well and ended up blocking Velisca right into Sudak on that one. So that's really the first time this ball game we've seen Hanover do a good job on the outside. That's where Munster's had all their success.
Now a 3rd down for Munster, and a key one. 7-7 tie. 3rd down, long one. Handoff left, Sudak, easy, got it, in space, tripped up across the 40, short of the 45, but the chains move. So explosive, Sam Sudak.
Yeah, good tackle there by Andreevich. Otherwise, Sudak is going to pick up another 15, 20 more, if not still be running. But yeah, Sudak is so explosive, hits that hole so well. The two running backs here, the Bikema and Sukuma, really do mirror each other in a lot of ways, from their size, their vision, their speed, ability to hit that hole and get to the outside.
1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Munster on their own side of the field, moving left to right. Little pistol formation. Sudak just behind the quarterback, Schosberger. 2 receivers to the left. They hand off Sudak. He powers up the middle across the 45-yard line.
Sudak on the carry for 3 yards.
2nd and 7 upcoming now for Munster after the 3-yard gain.
Keep the chains moving forward. You'll take that 3-yard gain. As long as you can play penalty-free, keep moving forward.
Well, penalties have been really what slowed down both of these offenses. It's yet to be a clean stop without any penalties for the two defenses. 2nd down, 7 to go. Ball on the right hash. Right near the Galloping Mustang logo here at Munster High School. Sudak, the man in motion, out of the empty set. They'll fake to Sudak. Schosberger keeps a nice little read option keep. He's right on top of the Mustang at the 50-yard line, about 2 yards short from the first down. A huge 3rd down for Munster upcoming.
So I like what they're doing there. Now Sudak starting out, in the slot, setting him in motion, letting Strasburger make the read there. And it was a good read, keeping that ball, getting up the middle. But we'll see that play again, and we'll see it go to Sudak and see what he can do on the outside.
3rd down, 3. have to get the 48 of Hanover Central for a first. Guaramato, the receiver on the right. Two receivers to the left. Sudak to the right of Schosberger. He takes the snap, rolls left, eyes downfield, tosses on the run. Incomplete into empty space. His intended receiver was Irie Preboy. He kept going towards the sideline, and that pass was to the middle of the field. Luckily, though, no defenders in the area, and it's a harmless incompletion, and it's 4th and 3. The Mustang offense has not left the field, so it looks like Robinson St. Louis going to get aggressive here on 4th and 3. I like the call in a 7-7 game.
He did have the initial check down. Sudak was open. If he would have dumped the ball off, Sudak was at the sticks, may have had the first down right there. Yes, I understand what they're doing here in a tight game. I'm more conservative. I play the field position game, but, you feel like 3 yards is something that Sudak can pick up here.
Preboy in motion right to left. The handoff to Sudak out of pistol. He has the first down. He drives his legs over to Hanover Central defenders across the 45. The chains move for the Mustangs. And a first down on a 4th down. Aggressive call from Robinson St. Louis. And Sudak makes him seem smart.
And it was a great play call. I don't like being cute in those situations. You know what Sudak can do. He's physical. He could pick up 3 yards up the gut. If you're going to go for it there, just keep it simple. The offensive lines had a lot of success driving forward. Give the ball to Sudak and let him do what he does.
It's really, for the Mustangs, it's going to be about can they complement Sudak, because Sudak's going to keep running as long as his Hanover Central defense can't fully key on him. So if you can just complement it with a few of the other options on the field, should be a great day for Sam Sudak. It's already been a great start. 1st and 10 in Hanover Central territory. Handoff Sudak. He bounced it outside after the handoff right, able to keep himself at the line of scrimmage, but no gain on the first down run.
Nice initial block there by Kendrick Johnson, the 6'5", 260-pound sophomore at the line of scrimmage. Gave Sudak the opportunity to kick it to the outside, but Hanover did a good job, and they have been doing a little bit better job closing on the edges since that first drive of the ballgame.
Mustangs haven't been taking their time. They've been getting to the line with about 20 on the play clock. 2nd down and 10. Schosberger in the empty set. 3-step drop. Long throw to the wide side of the field, and Irie Preboy is taken down for a loss. He was hit in the air as he caught the football. About a 5-yard loss on the play, and that's tough to throw this quick stop screen where he just fired out there, to fire it from the right hash all the way across the field. That's a long throw from Schosberger.
Yeah, he had all day to throw, but there was unfortunately no one open downfield. That's one where you'd like to see Preboy moving back towards the ball to make that catch, and then maybe he can turn up the hashes and pick up a few yards. But by the time he had to wait for that ball to get to him, Hanover was able to close.
3rd and long now. 15 is what the Mustangs have to get. And Robinson St. Louis, I believe, is going to use his first timeout. Yep, the Mustangs will take a timeout on this 3rd and 15. Things to think about for Coach St. Louis. We'll step aside as well. 7-7 tie halfway through quarter 2. You're listening to Munster versus Hanover Central on WJOB.
Ever considered becoming an iron worker? Local 395 is now accepting applications for their apprenticeship program. Go to ironworkers395.com. Look under the training section, click on apprenticeship, and scroll down to the application. You must be 18 years old, have a high school diploma or GED, and you must be physically able to perform the work of the trade. Find out more by calling the apprenticeship school in Lake Station at 219-962-7675 or visit ironworkers395.com.
Third and 15 out of the timeout. Schosberger rolling right, hit as he throws. Penalty marker in the backfield. The pass is incomplete. And it's going to be holding on Munster, and Schosberger is still on his knees after the play.
Hit hard by Hazley on that one as he was rolling right into traffic. Hanover did a good job getting to the edge right there. There was nothing for Schosberger to see as he was trying to find someone downfield, and we'll see what this penalty is.
Yep, they'll decline the holding. force a 4th and 15, and Munster will be forced into a punt with 7:17 remaining in this second quarter. So after the opening drives, both the defenses have settled into this football game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Munster did a little better job there of getting back to what they did on that first drive, but I still think they've gone away from the run a little bit and getting too many plays that set you up going backwards.
This is a much better punt than the first time. A boomer inside the 5 from Owen Burns. Hanover Central is going to return it out across the 20, kind of outkick the coverage. But better than his first punt, which was a short one, as Bonato, the one that brought it up to the 20-yard line. A nice return in the stat sheet, but not a bad punt at all for Munster, given the situation.
No, Bonato had to go backwards to field that punt inside his own 5-yard line. He was just able to turn, and as you said, coverage wasn't able to get downfield yet, so he was able to make a lot out of that. It was a good athletic play. I was a little worried as he was going back to make that over-the-shoulder catch. That's something that he could muff, and maybe he should just let that go. But, getting back to the 20-yard line, he guaranteed at least what he would have gotten had he let that ball bounce in the end zone.
Here come the Wildcats. First down and 10 from their own 21-yard line. Ball on the right hash. Toole, the quarterback, hands it off for about a 2-yard carry. That's Dominic Giglio, the junior running back. 240 yards, 2 touchdowns coming into this game today. Picks up 2 yards on first down. It's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, coming into the game, Bikema has 83 carries, 44 for Giglio, but they've pretty much split going back to the last 2 weeks, and I think that's what Hanover Central is certainly looking to do. But I just want to see them get back downhill, run the football, like they did on their first drive, and just try to win it up front.
Furco, the receiver, at the bottom of your screen if you're watching on Jet TV. They'll pitch left to Giglio, trying to bounce it outside. Can Munster keep the edge? Giglio able to power forward for 3 or 4 yards. And it's going to be 3rd down and medium for the Wildcats offense.
Yeah, so 3rd and reasonable play here, about 5 yards to go. And keep the ball on the ground, too. I want to see him get the ball up the middle, see what running back is out there. Bikema was very physical up the middle. Giglio, they both kind of do very similar things. Oftentimes when you get 2 running backs, you get kind of that thunder and lightning. These 2 are both built pretty much the same way.
Ball on the left hash. Furco and Bonato, the receivers on the near side of the field. Lined up on the left hip is Giglio. They hand off right. Had the hole, explodes across the first down marker. He's just short of the 35-yard line, but the chains move for Hanover Central.
Yeah, there was nice blocking there on the right side. The hole wasn't big, but it was big enough for Giglio to get through that. He just slithered his way for just enough to pick up the first down.
And it's tough with the wide hashes, it's tough for the defense when you overload. You have got your receivers, you have your tight end on the left side. It makes it seem like you're running to the near side of the field, and then you run that zone play to the right. It's tough for the linebackers to get over while also maintaining, coverage on those 2 receivers on the near side. Ball down the middle of the field now. 1st down and 10 from the 33. Hand off, Bikema back in the game for Giglio. He jukes him forward to about the 37-yard line. 3 or 4 yards on first down.
Yeah, again, you'll take it. Just keep running the football. They found something there on the right side, and oftentimes that can be the case in high school football. You find one side that you like to run on, maybe a defensive lineman you're trying to pick on. Your guy could win the battle, and that's what we've seen, a lot of running the ball on the right side right now.
Gavin Daphnis over there for Munster on that left side of the defensive line, right side of the offensive line. The handoff this time is another one exactly to that spot, just short of the first down marker. It'll be 3rd down and 1 after the 5-yard carry.
And Hanover's running behind Tarzan, 6'2", 255. Blake Belcher over there, 6'2", 255. It's probably more about that. That's their strong side on the offensive line. They know they can get a good push, so they're over there just taking advantage of that. Until Munster makes an adjustment on the left side of their defensive line, I think Hanover's going to keep pounding away.
3rd down 1. Handoff, Baikima powers over the 45-yard line. He has the first down. The chains move again for Hanover Central. Under 5 minutes to play in the opening half of action.
Old school football, 3-4 yards of play, and you're going to be able to pick up that first down. This time, he may have initially wanted to go right and cut back, but he did run that ball pretty much over the middle, over his center, Jack O'Connell, or came back over the left guard, Nate Conlon.
Reminder that the Mustangs started with the football. So Hanover Central will receive it to start the second half. First down and 10 from their own 45. Toole, fake handoff, then dump out to his tight end, Lehman, who's able to pick up 1 yard on the play after hurdling a defender who was diving for his feet. 2nd and 9.
That's a tough play for Lehman as he's running towards the sideline, has to look back over his right shoulder to make that catch, and he's not able to square around. I like to see Lehman more, just go straight down the middle of the field, find a gap in that defense, and then, or maybe just get him running that seam where he can get the ball in full head of steam and run someone over. Sending him out in the flat like that's a tough play for Lehman.
Wildcats on their own 47, 2nd and 9. 3:20 left in a 7-7 football game. Wyatt Toole. 2-step drop, fires deep down the left sideline, incomplete. Intended target that time was Vinny Bonato. Guaramado over there with Elisandro Ortiz in coverage to deny any chance of a completion. I think that was a pretty good throw from Toole not to put that near the safety. He really put that in a spot only his receiver could have got it.
Yeah, it was a double move for Bonato, a little pump and go there that the defense did not fall for, so it's pretty good coverage. And as you said, Toole put that ball where only his guy can get it, and Hanover was able to make a play on it.
3rd down, 9. 3rd downs, both teams been pretty successful on them so far in this game. Ball on the right hash, 2 receivers to the left. Toole, 3-step drop, hits the back foot, fires up the right sideline for Furco. It's incomplete, and a penalty marker out. A tough call on Carter Moore, the senior DB in coverage. Looked like great coverage. We're taking another look at it if you're on the Jet TV app. He did not look for the ball, but he was able to hit the ball. If Moore would have been able to get his head turned around, definitely wouldn't have been a penalty.
Yeah, that's what they're going to say. In high school, you need to get your head around. You need to see the ball. If you just face guard, you never turn around. Whether you make contact or not, they're going to call it. There was no contact. It was great coverage, but he never got his head around. And unfortunately for Munster, that's the rule in high school football, and that's why we got the pass interference call. If he just turns his head, that flag stays in the pocket of the official.
And it's 1st down and 10. Inside Munster territory to the 38, and it's huge for 2 reasons. One, it's a 1st down. 2, with 3:06 remaining in this first half, it's kind of a game script play. If Hanover Central, who gets the football to start the second half, is able to punch this in and leave no time for Munster to go down the field, they could easily turn what would be Munster football before the half into a double dip before the Munster offense even sees the field again. Baikima runs right up the middle, spins off 2 tackles. He's across the 1st down marker and just short of the 20-yard line. The chains move again for the Wildcats.
The kid just has a great mix of speed and a physicality. He's built low to the ground, but he's got strong legs and is able to run people over and really finish those runs. Hanover got the break because they went away from running the football, which put him in that 3rd and 9 situation with the 2 incomplete passes, and then had the pass interference call. They just need to continue to run this ball all the way into the end zone, put the passing game in their back pocket momentarily.
1st and 10 from the 22 on the right hash. Baikima gets the handoff. He slips up the right hash, bounces outside towards the numbers, picks up 9 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 1. Inside the Tech Credit Union red zone go the Wildcats of Hanover Central.
I'd be very disappointed if you see a forward pass the rest of this drive. They are just destroying the right side or the left side of the Munster defensive line this entire drive. Just continue to run behind your bigs over there, Tarzan and Belcher, all the way to the end zone.
Ball placed to the 13-yard line, right hash. 2nd and 1. Handoff by Kima. He has the first down, continues to pick his way forward, pushes now across the 5, and that's where he's marked down. 1st and goal for the Wildcats. 1:55 to play in this opening half. And the clock will roll now. Robinson St. Louis, 2 timeouts remaining. He'll have to think about using him if he wants any sort of response the other direction. With the way Schosberger and Guaramato can connect, that's an option I'd love to keep on the table if I were the Munster head coach. We saw a 71-yard pitch and catch between those two nullified earlier in this game. Hanover Central fell down 7-0. They're looking for 14 unanswered. Handoff Bikema slips a tackle in the backfield. He's inside the 5, brought down just short of the 2-yard line. It's 2nd and goal now, 1:20 to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, a little surprised they didn't take a timeout right there. You think they want to give themselves an opportunity?
Well, it's tough when you have 2 timeouts. How you want to keep one for your drive, otherwise it's rather pointless to get the football. So they can tick off another 20 seconds here. Hanover Central as the time hits 1 minute, but they're set, ready to go now. They snap the football. Toole rolls left, now steps back up the middle. Didn't have anywhere to throw, didn't want an incompletion. Ran it for a loss of 1 to the 5. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Don't like the play call there again. Everything should just be up the middle. Why take the ball out of Bikema's hands?
And Hanover Central just used their timeout. So with 38 seconds left in 3rd and goal from the 5, Tony Bartolomeu uses a timeout. We'll go ahead and take one as well. This is high school football on Jet TV.
Ever considered becoming an iron worker? Local 395 is now accepting applications for their apprenticeship program. Go to ironworkers395.com. Look under the training section, click on apprenticeship, and scroll down to the application. You must be 18 years old, have a high school diploma or GED, and you must be physically able to perform the work of the trade. Find out more by calling the apprenticeship school in Lake Station at 219-962-7675 or visit ironworkers395.com.
Third and goal. Toole looking to throw. Dump off Lehman. Headed for the pylon. He's in. A touchdown for Hanover Central out of the timeout with 37 seconds remaining in the half. The Wildcats take a 13-7 lead on that pitch and catch. Toole to Lehman.
And that time they were able to slip Lehman out into the flat, had downfield blocking where he was able to catch that ball and had enough room to turn and get squared up and get himself into the end zone. Nice job by Hanover executing coming out of the timeout.
First touchdown catch of the year for Anthony Lehman, the big junior tight end. They've got him involved today. 3 catches in the first half. 6'4", 225, quite a load, and was awfully difficult for Munster to try to bring down as he sprinted towards the goal line. Snap back, kick is up. It is good. It is 14-7. Hanover Central, that touchdown brought to you by Westland and Bennett. When the pressure's on, make the right call. Just grabbed a break from the timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it here, Tim, with halftime on the verge. 37 seconds left. Munster does have 2 timeouts. They have Schosberger who can throw, so maybe an opportunity here for the Mustangs just before the half. Depends on how aggressive Robinson St. Louis wants to play this. The Hanover Central Wildcats get the football to start half number 2, already with a 7-point lead.
I think a lot's going to dictate on this kickoff and the return to see where Munster starts off, to see which Coach St. Louis wants to do. And then it might be something where they run the football or do a little screen action on first down. And if they pick up a good chunk of yards, then maybe he'll burn a timeout and try to take a shot in the end zone. But I think if they get pinned deep here and then maybe don't do anything on first down, they may just be content at taking this one into the half. As you said, they do get the football. I don't think they want to risk putting anything in the air. Certainly don't want to see any type of pick six or scoop and score situation for Hanover.
Yeah, I mean, Hanover Central.
Hanover gets the ball, starts the second half.
If they were able, that would be obviously the ultimate disaster. But as it stands right now, if Hanover Central gets a stop, the Mustangs won't have a real possession as the up man fields it at the 30 and is able to get it to the 35-yard line. Looks like they kicked to the same man they targeted last time. Yes, they did. It was Liam Gouveia, the senior. So 35-yard line start, 33 seconds and 2 timeouts for the Mustangs here at the end of the first half, down 14-7. Mustangs took their opening drive of the game all the way to the end zone, capped off by a Sudak touchdown. Since then, Hanover Central's defense settled. Their offense has executed 2 touchdown drives of their own. Both drives, though, helped immensely by Munster penalties. That's the setup. Schossberger in empty. Looks like they're throwing the ball. Quick screen out. Sudak. Sudak blockers in front. Cuts it back up the middle of the field. He's wrapped down and slung to the ground across the 40-yard line. Robinson St. Louis will use his timeout, one of his 2, with 23.9 on the clock here at Munster High School. Ball at the 43, second down and 2. What's the Owen Burns 0 of 2 on field goals this year, so don't really have an idea of what their target line is with a field goal. Got to imagine it's got to be at least the 25-yard line, probably much closer, 15 or 20-yard line, to even attempt a field goal at the end of the half.
So they went with the chunk play, the screen, to try to get the chunk play on first down, to see how aggressive they wanted to be here. The 8 yards Coach St. Louis thought was enough to take a timeout and take another opportunity. I think a field goal is really out of the question here. I think the play call here with the 1 timeout is going to be getting themselves to a spot where Schossberger can get the ball into the end zone on some type of Hail Mary. So, I'm going to look at the far side of your field there as all the intentions near side.
Second down and 2. Low snap. It's fumbled by a whistle on the play. Schossberger with the ball on the ground was not diving on top of it, but it's because the whistle already blew.
And it came from the back judge, which typically indicates a delay game penalty or perhaps not enough or too many players on the field.
There's 12.
And that's what's going to be, an illegal substitution against Hanover. So if the back judge is throwing the flag at the snap, it's either a delay game or an illegal substitution.
Yeah, there's 12. I'm counting 12. There's still 12 out there.
But if you blow it dead at the snap, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. If the official did not count it and picked up on it after the play, then it would be a 15-yard penalty. So, but again, Munster right now is going to look to get to wherever they think they need to get for Schossberger to get the ball into the end zone. They know his arm. I think they're going to go to the far side of the field as they're trying to, they got single coverage over there, try to get the ball to about the 35-yard line.
23.9 back on the clock. No time expired. First down and 10. 11 players on the field on this snap for Hanover Central. This is a quick dump out. Preboy right side. Preboy sprints up the right side numbers, angling towards the sideline, is able to get out of bounds inside Hanover Central territory, just across the 40-yard line. 18.2 left in the half. Mustangs 1 timeout, down 14-7.
Great job getting the ball to Preboy. The 3 blockers out in front of him. Preboy heads up play, knowing time and situation, picking up the yardage while getting out of bounds. With the 1 timeout, they got the whole field to work with here and to still be able to take a shot in the end zone.
Boy, would this be something from the Munster offense. They got the ball with 33 seconds left in the half. Schossberger, 3-step drop, pump fake. Now steps up in the pocket, looking to run, and he's going to be slung down by the legs across the 35-yard line. 10 seconds left when Robinson St. Louis got the timeout off. Well, it says 9.2 on the clock, about 10. Either way, no timeouts left. You have to assume this is going to be the last play of the half unless you get an incompletion. But they're within distance for Schossberger to throw this in the end zone.
Well, first of all, it really looked like all the routes were looking to the sideline, which you don't need to do that when you have a timeout. Send someone over the middle of the field. So a little disappointed I didn't see that. And then a little surprise in the time management situation that unless he still thinks he can take a shot to the sideline and get out of bounds, I thought they would just let the clock run down to 2-3 seconds, have one last play into the end zone. But maybe he's thinking he wants to get another quick sideline play, get a little closer, and then take that shot in the end zone. But You're going to do that. If you don't go in the end zone here, you better get out of bounds or you better throw that ball away to give yourself, that opportunity.
Well, and probably the right play from Schosberger there was to just throw it away.
Right, save that timeout.
Sprint to the sideline to save the timeout, because then you'd have the whole field. You could catch, get down, get a timeout with like 1 second left, and then have one shot at the end zone. But as it stands, ball at the 34-yard line, 9.2 seconds left in the half. Munster trailing 14-7. Schosberger, 3-step drop, eyes over the middle, a pump fake, a zip to Preboy, slips out of tackles, gets out of bounds with 2.7 seconds left inside the 30-yard line. And we will see what the decision is. They are trotting out Owen Burns. So the Munster Mustangs are going to attempt a field goal at the end of this half. Hanover Central leads 14-7. The Wildcats of Hanover Central will get the football to start the second half. Sam Sudak, the holder.
It's going to be a 45-yarder.
On the right hash. So for the righty kicker, you'd think that being an advantage to him, he can kind of pull on that football. Snap down, hold is good. Line drive kick, did he nail it? He did! Owen Burns with a 45-yard made field goal to end the half. What a well-executed drive from the Mustangs to get some crucial points before the break. Take another look at this line drive knuckleball kick from 45 out that snuck in the left upright. Incredible from Owen Burns. His first made field goal of the year, and it's 14-10. Halftime here at Munster. You're watching on the NCC network, you're watching on the Jet TV app, and you're listening to Hanover Central leading Munster 14-10 at half on WJOB.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
It's more than just a game. It's pride. It's tradition. It's the region. From the Friday night lights of the NCC to the small-town passion of the PCC to 19 high schools that define our communities. The Jet TV Sports Network is your home for local high school sports. Live and on demand on the Jet TV app, Roku, Fire Stick, and JetTV.com. Jet TV Sports Network. 19 schools, 2 conferences, 1 region, 1 place to watch it all.
Life's biggest challenges don't come with a warning. When legal issues arise, whether it's a car accident, personal injury, criminal charge, or representing you before municipal boards, you need a trusted advocate on your side. At Westland & Bennett, we listen first because your story matters. We provide strategic, personalized legal solutions to protect your rights, your freedom, and your future. Peace of mind starts with a conversation. Call 219-440-7550 today for a free consultation.
Truck drivers, have you been searching for a more reliable driving job? Get the paychecks and predictability you need as a Schneider driver. Schneider's large selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers have access to great benefits with a 401k match and a 24/7 support team. Get the keys to a better driving job. Search openings near you and apply now at schneiderjobs.com.
Popa Heating and Cooling is now here to service your area. Since 1968, we have been Northwest Indiana's trusted HVAC experts. Whether it's installing, repairing, or maintaining your heating and cooling systems, our professional and friendly service ensures you stay comfortable year-round. From furnaces and air conditioners to boilers and humidifiers, we handle it all. For tailored maintenance plans, 24/7 emergency response, and premium HVAC solutions, visit popahvac.com or call 219-838-7700.
Do you like to work with your hands, creating something from nothing? Then think about Laborers Local 41. You'll get 432 hours of apprenticeship training, all while earning a wage with benefits and incurring no student debt. You'll travel to different job sites, learn tons of skills, and in a lot of cases, be the first one on and the last one off a job site. It all starts at laborers41.com.
From the gasoline in your car to the jet fuel in the sky, the diesel moving freight, propane warming homes, asphalt paving roads, and petrochemicals for everyday products, we make it all. We're United Steelworkers Local 7-1, the Local 7-1 oil workers, proud to power Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland, and the Midwest. We're not just refinery workers, we're your neighbors. United Steelworkers Local 7-1, powering the region because we are the region.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Hello again, everybody. This is Matt Maloney of the Matt Maloney Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams of Northwest Indiana. The region is a beautiful place to live, and I've soared to new heights to market your listing to the best and widest possible audience. Call me today at 219-301-0477 or visit mattmaloneyrealtor.com and let's get started. It's not baloney. I'm Matt Maloney.
This weekend, make Doc's Barbecue your home for wall-to-wall football action. Kick things off with Friday Night Lights on Jed TV. Roll into a full slate of college football Saturday, and wrap it up with every big play from NFL Sunday, all on the big screen at Doc's. Pair the games with Southern-style hickory smoked barbecue in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere. Stop by Doc's Smokehouse in Dyer, where football and flavor go hand in hand all weekend long.
Munster High School Band with a wonderful performance. We're at halftime here at Munster, Indiana. Tim Feather on my right. I'm Lucas Moore. It's 14-10 the score. Hanover Central in the lead. It's 14-10 because with 33 seconds after a touchdown from the Hanover Central Wildcats, with 33 seconds left in the half, Munster was able to go down the field and kick a 45-yard field goal. Now, I want to take everybody back to kind of a situation that I should have mentioned more at the time, but Tony Bartolomeu, not only did he use a timeout with Hanover Central at 3rd and goal from the 5 with 43 seconds left, not only did he use a timeout in that situation, which, in my mind, you would bring the clock down to 20. Right? It's 3rd and goal from the 5. You expect 2 more plays. Maybe you get a penalty, so maybe 3 or 4 more plays to score. Instead, he uses a timeout with 43 seconds left. And not only that, he argues to get 5 seconds added back on the clock. Well, what did Munster do? With 2 seconds left in the half, they're able to kick a 45-yard field goal and get the score to 14-10. So what I thought was a small mistake and one not even worth commenting on, ends up actually being a huge 3-point swing in the game, 3 points that Munster would have never had the opportunity to had it been handled a little differently at the end of the half.
Yeah, those are timing situations you see mishandled even on Sundays in the NFL. And, those guys have people up in the booth that are keeping you on your toes with all that and telling you, helping you out with the clock and exactly what to take it down to. And, yeah, you're exactly right. In a perfect world, you want to take that clock down a little bit. Where were they? The 5-yard line. So you take that down to 15, 20 seconds. You got to feel comfortable. You're going to get 2 plays in. They still had a timeout left, so they could have even ran the football up the middle there and then had their entire playbook open to them on 4th down. So, yeah, certainly that timeout and then the 5 seconds or whatever, getting ahead back on the clock, ended up giving Munster, certainly what they needed to march downfield. So, yeah, certainly something that he would like to have back, but just a well-executed drive by Coach St. Louis and Schassberger and that Mustang team.
Yeah, credit to Munster for taking advantage of that little bit of extra time. And credit to Owen Burns for a 45-yard field goal. 45-yard field goal. That's a legit field goal. It was a line drive. Didn't look pretty. Not going to get you any scholarship offers, Owen Burns. Hitting a line drive from 45, but I don't think he cares much in front of the home crowd to nail a 45-yard field goal to make it 14-10. That's awesome. And I agree with you. It's a difficult – timing is difficult in football. It is 100% difficult. I just beg every coach in America, because a lot of the coaches on Sunday need it, even more of the coaches on Saturday need it, play football video games. You will get immensely better at how to call timeouts for the 2-minute warning. You could play like 100 situations a week, work on using the timeouts. I mean, and I think it's a huge reason why younger coaches tend to be better at the clock management stuff than some of the older guys that are hanging around the NFL. But that's a soapbox for me to stand on another day. In terms of these two offenses, Munster's down on the scoreboard, Tim, but I found myself more impressed with their offense. Hanover Central, both their touchdown drives were greatly assisted by 3rd down penalties from the Munster Mustangs that kept those drives moving. There were a personal foul on the first touchdown drive was 15 yards, and then a pass interference on what would have been a 3rd and 9 on the second touchdown drive for Hanover Central leads to their 2 touchdowns. So if you're the Mustangs, you feel like you had the better of it in the first half, even though you're down 14-10.
Hanover needs to stick with the run game. And when they went away from the run game on that last drive, that last touchdown drive, that put them in the 3rd and 9 because they were running the ball right down the throat of that Munster defense. And then they had 2 incomplete passes that set them up 3rd and 9. I say gift pass interference call. It was the right call because the Munster defender did not turn his head around, so he got the face guarding pass interference call. It was the right call, but it's still a gift in terms of all he has to do is turn his head around. That flag stays in the pocket of the official, and Hanover is going for it on 4th down or forced to punt, all because they decide to stop giving the ball to Bikema. You give the ball to Bikema, 20, 25 times in the second half, whatever it's going to be, and Hanover, I think, can get out of here with a victory. But you're exactly right. Munster, and it's kind of the same thing, Munster just needs to keep running the football. Schassberger's operating that read option very well, picking his moments to give that ball to Sudak or pull it out. I mean, the first drive of the game was just picture perfect. I don't know how much scripting is done at the high school level on these opening drives like you see college and the pros certainly, but it was a picture perfect first drive. It looked like they worked on that all week in practice. And again, it's kind of the same thing as Hanover. When you start putting the ball in the air, that's putting them behind the sticks, and then you get further behind the sticks because now you're making, more pass plays when you just need to keep the ball on the ground, run the football, and whichever team could do that and play penalty-free football, mistake-free football in the second half is going to have the opportunity to get out of here with a victory.
Another mention about the penalty situation, the mistakes. There was a 71-yard touchdown in this game taken off the board. The Guaramato caught that pass as Schassberger was moving to his right on the run. He fitted in between 2 defenders. It looked like an interception from here.
Right.
And then Guaramato was running up the field, slipped through 2 ankle tackles. It was a beautiful, gorgeous, would have blown the roof off this place, 71-yard touchdown, and that was wiped out by penalties as well. So I think Munster and Robinson St. Louis have to feel really good in that halftime locker room, especially with that 45-yard field goal that snuck in through that left upright. If it gets into a situation, though, I present this question to you, Tim. From the two quarterbacks you've seen so far, if either of them is down late, maybe a 2-score, but maybe just a 1-score deficit, you don't have time. From the first half performances, which quarterback do you trust? The junior Toole for Hanover Central or the senior Schosberger from what they've delivered in the first half?
I mean, Toole has a good arm, and he can move his team down the field. Hasn't shown it so far today. But based on what we just saw, that last drive there by Schosberger and how they were able to get downfield in position to kick that field goal, I didn't think they were going to attempt a field goal there. So my whole thinking is they're trying to get in a position to have a Hail Mary into the end zone. But I think they knew what they were trying to do that entire time. And the way they executed that drive, the way they used their timeouts, the senior Schosberger, the comfort he's feeling in this offense right now, that's certainly the guy that I would have confidence in. If Munster needs a drive at the end of the game, I have probably a little more confidence in Schosberger right now as it stands over Toole, who's only been the starting quarterback for, I think this is his third game now. So not that he can't do it in that situation, but I think Schosberger, I like my chances if it's him.
Baikima and Lehman, the 2 touchdown scores for Hanover Central. You're seeing the replays right now if you're watching on Jet TV and the NCC network. For all our radio listeners out there, obviously don't try to download it while driving, but, I recommend the Jet TV app. It's one of the best high school football apps in terms of watching high school sports you'll ever see, and plenty of college sports and great talk show content as well. That Owen Burns field goal is how the half ended. 14-10 the score. Hanover Central 14, Munster 10. All those replays brought to you by the Laborers International Union of North America. Feel the power. Feel the power. And Munster will try to power themselves into their first ever victory over the Hanover Central Wildcats. They performed pretty well in the first half, but they trail 14-10. Hanover Central trying to climb themselves back to 500. We'll have the second half for you when we return. Hanover Central 14, Munster 10. Second half next. You're watching on Jet TV and the NCC network and listening on WJOB.
And Cooling is now here to service your area. Since 1968, we have been Northwest Indiana's trusted HVAC experts. Whether it's installing, repairing, or maintaining your heating and cooling systems, our professional and friendly service ensures you stay comfortable year-round. From furnaces and air conditioners to boilers and humidifiers, we handle it all. For tailored maintenance plans, 24/7 emergency response, and premium HVAC solutions, visit popahvac.com or call 219-838-7700.
Tech Credit Union supports the essential role of union labor in building strong communities. That's why we offer hassle-free banking, financial empowerment, and a commitment to your success. Save for the future, handle life's challenges, and trust a partner that stands by hardworking union members. Tech Credit Union, the better option for you and your money. Visit techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union, supporting union families every step of the way.
Are you searching for a college where you belong? Calumet College of St. Joseph wants to know you and give you the support you need to succeed. Are you worried about how you'll pay for your degree? 95% of our students receive financial aid, including scholarships and grants. Need some extra help with your classes? You'll benefit from our small class sizes, free tutoring, internship planning, faculty mentors, and so much more. Come experience our accepting, supportive college family for yourself. Schedule your campus visit and apply at ccsj.edu.
Powers Health is committed to advancing medical care and technology in our area. Cancer research and clinical trials so you can explore new horizons. Heart care expertise with a collaborative team of specialists so you can create more memories together. Northwest Indiana's only certified comprehensive stroke center so you can cover new ground. When it comes to advanced care, look no further. Everything we do, everything we believe, powers health.
Opportunities are everywhere, even right around the corner. That's where you'll find Horizon Bank, going beyond to make a difference in our community. Whether you're starting a business or a family, expanding your kitchen or your customer base, drop by and see us for friendly service, local expertise, and solid financial advice. Horizon Bank, beyond ordinary banking. Learn more at horizonbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
From the gasoline in your car to the jet fuel in the sky, the diesel moving freight, propane warming homes, asphalt paving roads, and petrochemicals for everyday products, we make it all. We're United Steelworkers Local 7-1, the Local 7-1 oil workers, proud to power Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland, and the Midwest. We're not just refinery workers, we're your neighbors. United Steelworkers Local 7-1, powering the region because we are the region.
For over 140 years, the Central Midwest Carpenters have built our communities in Northwest Indiana. Are you ready to join the effort? We have long-term work, competitive pay, and the best benefits in the industry. We pride ourselves on innovative training and commitment to worksite safety. Earn as you learn as an apprentice. A solid career built on a solid legacy. For more info, go to carpenters.com.
As days go by, the most important people in your life are here, now and always, to watch you grow, support you through the ups and downs, and to reach your goals. Trust People's Bank to be one of those relationships, guiding you through life's special moments. Each event with their own financial need and desire. As you move forward, we remain by your side, a reliable partner in days gone by and in the future. People's Bank. Better banking keeps moving forward.
Want your brand in front of thousands of loyal local fans every week? The Jed TV Sports Network broadcasts over 1,000 games a year across the NCC network, the PCC network, and 19 high school partners throughout Northwest Indiana. From in-game sponsorships to commercial spots and digital branding, your message hits home, right where your customers live, work, and cheer. Jed TV Sports Network, where local sports meet regional impact.
Hello again, everybody. This is Matt Maloney of the Matt Maloney Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams of Northwest Indiana. The region is a beautiful place to live, and I've soared to new heights to market your listing to the best and widest possible audience. Call me today at 219-301-0477 or visit mattmaloneyrealtor.com and let's get started. It's not baloney. I'm Matt Maloney.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
If you're thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or your business has plans to break ground on a new project in 2024, Powering Indiana, Lake County is your source for the region's best electricians. With IBEW, Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today and ensure your project is in the hands of skilled professionals.
14-10, Hanover Central in the lead over the Munster Mustangs as we're about ready to go for the second half of action. Hanover Central has won this matchup over the last 4 years by 3+ scores. So if you didn't know anything about these two teams coming in and just looked at the names, you'd say, hey, Munster hanging in there against Hanover Central. But the reality is these are two very different programs from what we're used to seeing, especially over the last 4 or 5 seasons. This is about what we expected.
Yeah, on the field this year, these are two equally matched teams. Munster, a little bit on the rise. I know it sounds silly to say that when, they're a 1-4 team, but as Coach Hackett makes an appearance walking on the track down there, always good to see Coach Hackett. But, yeah, Munster is a team that has not been very successful in recent years, and making the transition from the wishbone, the triple option 2 years ago to now running more of the spread, that takes time. And this is a team that's definitely improved. Offensively, of course, you saw the struggles. We talked about it that they had last year, the first 4 weeks of the year. We're playing much more competitive football at the end of the year, and that's carried over. And it's a Mustang team that has been very competitive this year. Lost to Andran 21-7 in a game that was tied up late in the second quarter. And this is a Hanover team that graduated a whole bunch of talent offensively. You lose your quarterback, you lose your, all-state running back. Another one of your best players does not come out for the team this year, and I understand why. Signed to play baseball at Oklahoma State. Why take the risk, for Dylan Bowen? But when you lose an outstanding athlete like that, in addition to all the great seniors, you got a lot of pieces to fill. And Hanover, after a tough early season schedule, they're starting to play better football as well.
Munster received the opening kickoff. They went down and scored a touchdown, so that means they'll kick this away. Owen Burns, who made a 45-yard field goal to end the first half, to put the score at 14-10, will put his right foot through the football as Hanover Central's Furco underneath of it returns it at the 5-yard line. Runs up the middle, and he's decleated just across the 20-yard line. What a big hit from the Mustangs. And that is where Hanover Central will begin their first drive, the 21.
We've seen a few big hits from the Mustang team today, especially on special teams. On the kick return, really getting out there and laying people out. So, they're definitely bringing a hard-hitting style, is Coach St. Louis.
And Coach St. Louis was about changing the culture here. He talked a lot about that before the season started, talked about it in the middle of the season when they were struggling, didn't score a point in the first 4 weeks of his first season a year ago. And it was about the small effort plays constantly and building that culture of effort. And you can see that screaming through in the special teams and some of the physicality moments that Munster has had the opportunity to show. Hanover Central will start with the football here in the second half. 1st and 10 from their 24-yard line. They moved it up about 3 yards after the initial spot was at the 21. They'll be right down the middle of the field. Hanover Central in the white unis, moving left to right. Mustangs in the red tops, white bottoms, moving right to left on your radio dial. Handoff up the middle. Bikema, nice pickup of about 9 on first down. And Tim's hammered point was that keep running the football, Hanover Central. Munster has struggled to stop it all day. A 9-yard pickup on the first run of the second half.
Good tackle by Ortiz, but again, that is, at the second or even third level when that tackle was made. And where was that ball? It was on the right side. They've been picking on the left side of that defensive line all game long, running behind the right side, running behind Tarzan, running behind Belcher, and that's what they got to continue to do. Just continue to attack that left side of that Munster defensive line.
2nd and 1, Bonato in motion. Handoff Bikema. Patience in the backfield as there was somebody back there. Able to jump cut to the right, sprint up the middle of the field, get the first down, move the chains across the 35. The Hanover Central run game continues to show its effectiveness.
And where Hanover has gotten trouble is when they got behind the chains by, 2-3 nice run plays. Now they put the ball in the air. And then they throw an incomplete pass or commit a hold or do something, and then you're forced to throw the ball. Keep running the football right now. They've been doing a good job attacking, Kayla Moore over here on this left side. You got Parker Zills over there. And I continue to run the ball right at them until Munster proves they can stop it.
Wildcats 1st and 10 from their own 36. Roll right. Pass is caught across the 45. Near the first down marker was Anthony Lehman, his 4th catch of the day. They've been feeding the tight end.
Yeah, he came into the ball game with just 8 receptions on the season. They really been working on getting him the ball, and why not, 6'4", 225. And it's been a lot of those types of plays, little out patterns, getting the ball on the sideline. And you saw it took 4 Mustang defenders to try to bring him to the ground.
10-yard pitch and catch leads to a 1st and 10. Right near midfield, Hanover Central, ball on the right hash. Lehman, the man to watch, he's on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Bikema in the backfield. Man in motion is Bonato. They hand off Bikema. A lot of room to run up the middle. He's easily across the 50 before a couple of Mustangs bring him down, but a 6-yard run on first down.
Yeah, and that just puts your offense in such a good spot when you can pick up 5-6 yards on first down. If you want to take a shot, when you're 2nd and 5, that gives you an opportunity, knowing that, you got the confidence you can come back and get the 4 or 5 yards you need on 3rd down.
And Hanover Central, if they can go down and score to open this second half, would open up a 2-score lead. Neither team has had a 2-score advantage in this one. Bikema, handoff left, spitting near the first down marker. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like about a yard short at the 45 of Munster.
It's a good tackle. Zion Richards laying on the ground, grabbing the ankles of Bikema right before he can get to the sticks, and there's a Mustang defender down on the ground.
Timeout on the field.
And an injured player down. We'll go ahead and take a timeout, brought to you by Powers Health. We've got a player down. This is a Powers Health injury timeout. Everything we do, everything we believe. This is Jet TV.
Like to work with your hands, creating something from nothing? Then think about Laborers Local 41. You'll get 432 hours of apprenticeship training, all while earning a wage with benefits and incurring no student debt. You'll travel to different job sites, learn tons of skills, and in a lot of cases, be the first one on and the last one off a job site. It all starts at laborers41.com.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America builds and maintains roads, bridges, and other essential infrastructure that make us the crossroads of America. So thanks to LIUNA members' work, Hoosiers have a better quality of life, like access to utilities, easier routes to jobs, schools, or medical care. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
High school and starting college is a big milestone. New gadgets, new friends, and a whole new chapter in life. But before you head to campus, there's one important step you shouldn't skip: reviewing your insurance coverage. If you're living away from home, your parents' policy may only cover you partially, or not at all. With years of trusted service right here in Schererville, Mackey Insurance Group is committed to keeping you safe and informed, whether you're on the road or planning your next adventure. Call us at 219-440-2021 or visit MackeyINSgroup.com to learn more.
Gavin Daphnis was the injured Mustang. He was helped off the field. They're taking a look at him now on the bench, but he is standing under his own power now. Hope to see him back in the game, a defensive lineman for Munster. 3rd down and 1 from the 45 for Hanover Central. Bikema easily picks up the first down as he sprints forward for 5 or 6 yards across the 40-yard line.
And Bikema was repeatedly getting through the line of scrimmage untouched. And first contact is coming at the 2nd or 3rd level. Linebackers or DBs coming up to make a stop. But this Hanover offensive line is continuing to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Well, for our radio listeners, it might sound like I'm not describing things in a different way, but it's because it's the same action that Hanover Central keeps doing on offense, and it's been so effective. 6-7 yards a pop. They run it again. Bikema will bounce left this time after the run up the middle, and that was a successful stop in the context of what's been happening for Munster. Only about 3 yards for Bikema on first down.
Yeah, and that, as you said, Munster will take that because that's probably the shortest first down gain Hanover's had, but Hanover staying ahead of the chains, and that's when you just got to keep at it. Okay, you're going to have, when you run the football repeatedly, you're going to have downs when you only get a yard or 2 yards or maybe nothing. But when you've been picking up 4 or 5 yards on average per carry, continue to go at it. I'd be disappointed to see a pass play here go right back to Bikema.
2nd and 8 from the 38 of Munster. Rolling left, it's a throw. Toole fires off his back foot, jump ball, knocked down. Guaramato draped all over Jacob Furco and slaps it to the turf. 3rd down and 8 now, Hanover Central.
Yeah, a lot of pressure for Toole. Had a man right in his face. I think that was number 30, and I don't see a number 30 on my roster. But was all over Toole on that throw. And again, now you're in a situation where it's 3rd and 8, and we're probably going to see a throw here, even though I say go right back, keep the ball on the ground, run the football. You're probably in 4-down territory anyway, so run the ball here, set yourself up a 4th and short.
That was a junior, Joel Sanders, a linebacker that was in on it. 3rd down and 8. Toole looks right. Jump ball down the right sideline, and Furco gets his get back on Guaramato. Reaches up and over his head, toe taps on the sideline at the 10-yard line, and a big first down on 3rd and 8 for Hanover Central is going to set up a first, and if it's not goal, a 1st and 10 from the 10.
Pretty good coverage by Guaramato. He just didn't get his head around. If he gets his eyes on the ball, he has an opportunity to make a play. If not intercept it, at least knock it to the ground. But what a throw by Toole, right on the money, connecting with Furco.
Jacob Furco, the leading receiver, the junior, 15 catches, 234 yards, 3 touchdowns coming into this contest tonight. Hanover Central trying to find their way back to 500. Baikima, handoff, up the middle, jump cut. Snakes his way forward close to the goal line, and it's 2nd and goal. Depends on the spot. Looks like the 5-yard line. Yep. So they say his knee was down at the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 5 for Hanover Central. What a critical goal-to-go situation for both of these teams. Hanover Central leading by 4, trying to make it a 2-score game.
You've seen Hanover work the left side. The Conlon brothers over there more on this drive.
Baikima in the backfield. He gets the handoff, moves left, drives his legs, and slips out of the tackle into the end zone. And Hanover Central, a 10-point lead, waiting the extra point. 2nd touchdown of the day from Baikima.
And again, it's been more on the left side this drive, and that's the left tackle, Sean Conlon, his brother, the left guard, Nate Conlon, getting a good push over there. As O'Connell had his helmet off, the center. I don't know if that popped off on the play. So I don't think he is the long snapper, but either way, he'll need to come off. No, I believe Zion Richards is a long snapper.
Officials have called an unsportsmanlike conduct on Hanover Central.
Well, if that's probably the center, Jack O'Connell, taking off his helmet then and then not coming off as a result of the play.
It is after the play, so the touchdown will stand. That's probably the most important detail. They're going to enforce the unsportsmanlike conduct on the kickoff. So an opportunity for Munster to have great field position in their comeback attempt. It will have to be a double-digit comeback as Hanover Central leads 20-10, awaiting the extra point after the 2nd touchdown run from Isaiah Baikima today, his 4th touchdown on this season.
I wonder if Munster considered at all taking that penalty here and making this a longer extra point. You know, high school level, go back 15 yards can make a huge difference, and that point can come back and have a huge difference in this ballgame.
I think that's definitely an interesting decision, but looks like this kicker's done pretty well today. They elect to take it on the kickoff as Logan Ziltz nails this extra point. 21-10. Hanover Central leads over the Munster Mustangs. Nearly a 5-minute drive spanning the length of the field. Hanover leading by 2 scores. You're listening to High School Football on JED TV.
High school and starting college is a big milestone. New gadgets, new friends, and a whole new chapter in life. But before you head to campus, there's one important step you shouldn't skip: reviewing your insurance coverage. If you're living away from home, your parents' policy may only cover you partially, or not at all. With years of trusted service right here in Schererville, Mackey Insurance Group is committed to keeping you safe and informed, whether you're on the road or planning your next adventure. Call us at 219-440-2021 or visit MackeyINSgroup.com to learn more.
Hello again, everybody. This is Matt Maloney of the Matt Maloney Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams of Northwest Indiana. The region is a beautiful place to live, and I've soared to new heights to market your listing to the best and widest possible audience. Call me today at 219-301-0477 or visit MattMaloneyRealtor.com and let's get started. It's not baloney. I'm Matt Maloney.
Hanover Central takes their first drive of the second half, goes the length of the field, probably their best drive of the game, and they lead now 21-10 after Isaiah Baikima runs in his 2nd touchdown of the day, and now a long uphill climb for Munster.
Yeah, but they got a lot of time to do it. You know, just keep running the football, keep with the read option, the zone option attack, and they'll be just fine as long as they can move down the field and make something happen in this drive.
Sudak will field the kickoff at the 20 after the penalty enforcement. He's able to, not even a great return, but still Sudak able to get right to midfield. So incredible field position for the Mustangs. 7:08 remaining in the third quarter, 21-10. Hanover Central leading over Munster. That field goal at the end of the half put a pin in that one. Both the time management leading to it and the time management to get it. if this game does come down to the wire, a huge 3 points that Munster was able to get at the end of the half. That was the last time their offense had the football. This is their first drive of the second half. Schosberger, impressive from the senior so far today. Sam Sudak, impressive from the junior running back. They're both in the backfield now. It's going to be given to Sudak, right side. He bounces outside the 50 and wrapped up near the far sideline. About 4 or 5 on first down from Sudak.
And they got the great field position. That's what they need to do. Just run the football here. Trust Schosberger to make the right read option. Don't put yourself behind the chains. Do exactly what you did on that first drive when you just ran the ball right down the throat of this Hanover defense.
Well, the scrum on the far sideline says that it was a yard shorter than I thought. A 2nd and 7, only 3 on that gain from Sudak. Empty set now. Schosberger with nobody in the backfield alongside him. Guaramato in the slot on his left. Ball on the right hash. Preboy in motion right to left. He gets the jet sweep. Preboy slips through a few tackles across the 40. Gets the first down to the 38-yard line. Chains move for Munster.
Some good blocking downfield, including the quarterback Schosberger getting out in front of the play and putting his body on a Hanover defender.
And the speed from Preboy, too. And to keep his balance after getting bumped on the knee. Was able, after the first initial stumble, that's where he picked up 8 of the 12 or 13 yards he picked up on the play. 1st and 10 at the 38, left hash now. Sudak and Schosberger. Guaramato. Is he going to get the jet sweep? Yes, he is, moving left to right, but he's going to be brought down for a loss. Back at the 41-yard line goes Vic Guaramato. A 3-yard loss on the play brings up 2nd and long. And I think to win this game, Munster has to throw the football.
That's just a great job right there by Hanover defense, doing what they didn't do the first drive of the game, when that's covering sideline to sideline. You know, that's one where Schosberger probably would like to have that back to pull that out, but even that may have been covered up as Hanover had that well played.
I think Schosberger is going to have to make some big throws for Munster to win this game, not only because you're down 11, but because this Hanover Central defense, they've shown some resistance in the run game. The explosiveness is Sudak and Preboy have made some plays, but there's been a lot of tackle for loss as well. As this is a direct snap to Sudak, they did not have Schosberger in the backfield. Sudak is able to sprint forward for 7, brings up 3rd and manageable for the Mustangs.
It's the first time we've seen that in the game. You know, Munster has gone to that in the past. The direct snap to Sudak, just trying to give a different look to this Hanover defense.
Ball at the 34-yard line. Line to gain the 28. Call it 3rd and 6. 4:30 left in this third quarter. Hanover Central 21, Munster 10. Mustangs 1-4 on the season. Looking much better than a year ago. Would be huge for their program to get a win here. Schosberger rolls left under pressure, throws sidearm out of bounds. Good on Schosberger to get rid of it, but a 3rd and 6 now, 4th and 6.
Yeah, that's the problem with passing the ball is, you know, Schosberger likes to roll outside the pocket, but he's had no time to run. Typically, you know, you roll the quarterback out and you're giving yourself, you know, a little bit of time, and you do that because you don't, you know, trust your offensive line to pass block, but Hanover's been able to close in on those rollouts the last few times we saw Schosberger get outside the hashes.
So 4th and 6, easy go for it. Down 11 at the 34 of Hanover Central. Schosberger is not in the backfield. He is the wide receiver on the left side. There is a penalty marker down.
Delay game.
Oh, and that's just brutal. On a 4th and 6, a delay a game to 4th and 11. Robinson St. Louis wondering why there wasn't a reset of the play clock. Few of the Munster players are confused as well. But 4th and 6 to 4th and 11 is a major difference.
Seemed to happen kind of quick. You know, I didn't take a look at the play clock in between to see if it was reset properly, but the officials don't have a problem with it, so it looks like it was. And that's just inexcusable for this Mustang offensive team to let that happen. As you said, completely different situation now, completely new play call on 4th and 11.
Schosberger wasn't even in the backfield. Now he will be. Empty set. 4 receivers out, 1 tight end in. Oh, and it's going to be an illegal shift. Yep. And now a 4th and 6 because of 2 procedure penalties will turn into a 4th and 16. Now you consider punting.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do is they're running on the punt team now and trying to pin Hanover deep. If you can drop this one inside the 10-yard line.
Brutal. That's brutal.
The penalty brings up 4th down.
And so now Owen Burns, who we've seen have a pretty good punt inside the 5. His first punt was poor. Second punt was great. His field goal attempt was a beauty. He made his extra point. Been a pretty solid day for Owen Burns. This, though, arguably the biggest moment because of the situation they're in. An end-over-end kick will be fielded at the 15, and no fair catch means a free hit for the Mustangs as Zion Richards, 200 pounds of junior linebacker, right through the face of the Hanover return man.
And we just said it to open the second half, but how many times on special teams especially have we seen Munster just bringing the wood in Zion Richards?
What a massive hit.
You know, that's gonna make, was that Furco on the return, make him think about calling fair catch a lot more in the future.
Yeah.
Mark, excuse me, that was Bonato. Mercy.
Massive hit. Those of you watching on the Jet TV app saw the impact of that collision. And clean job by Zion Richards. Nice clean hit.
Yeah, nothing
Maybe
wrong
could have
with it
hit
at all.
him more around the waist if I were being hypercritical, but I loved it. Great special teams play for Munster. They've done a lot of the little things today other than those couple procedure penalties, a couple of penalty-laden touchdown drives for the Hanover Central offense where Munster had a pass interference on a 3rd and 9, a personal foul that extended a drive. And now this running game of Hanover Central, which is dominated today, is often at it again as Bikema goes left, picks up about 5, and it's been that all game long. And with Hanover Central leading by 11, it's dire straits for this Mustangs team.
Yeah, they're just running roughshod now on the left side of that offensive line behind the Conlon brothers. And, again, Biken was basically going untouched until he gets to a linebacker.
2nd down 4. They'll hand off Bikema again. Patient run. Explodes through the hole. Slips through 2 tackles. He's across the 50. At the 45-40. Cuts back left side numbers before he's slung down by Guaramato. A massive run from Isaiah Bikema gets them all the way inside Munster territory. No flags down behind the play. There is an injured Wildcat, though, with 3:24 left in this third quarter.
That time they just ran straight up the gut behind the center, Jack O'Connell, and opened up a huge hole, but that was going to be a touchdown if not for the speed of Guaramato.
An injured lineman behind the play for Hanover Central, so we'll step aside for a Powers Health injury timeout. Everything we do, everything we believe. 21-10, Hanover Central leading the Munster Mustangs with 3:24 left in the third quarter. You're listening to High School Football on WJOB.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
As days go by, the most important people in your life are here, now and always, to watch you grow, support you through the ups and downs, and to reach your goals. Trust People's Bank to be one of those relationships, guiding you through life's special moments. Each event with their own financial need and desire. As you move forward, we remain by your side, a reliable partner in days gone by and in the future. People's Bank. Better banking keeps moving forward.
21-10, Hanover Central in the lead. It's the injured player able to get off the field, no cart needed. Good to see. 3:16 left in the third quarter. Hanover Central leading 21-10. The big play before the injury timeout brought to you by Powers Health was a Bikema massive run that brought it all the way inside Munster territory. As the handoff will go right side this time as Dominic Giglio, the junior, takes it out to the 30.
Yeah, and they ran on the right side. It was James Tarzan, the right guard, or Tarzan, who was helped off the field. And I got A.J. Gill as the backup right guard. I can't see if that's who's out there or not right now, filling the spot, Tarzan.
Giglio gets another handoff, this time a first down across the 25-yard line, and it's just automatic for this Hanover Central team running the football. And with an 11-point lead, this is now do or die for Munster as we approach the end of this third quarter. We are under 15 minutes to play. So what would be a college or an NFL fourth quarter has already begun. From a timing perspective, if you're Munster, a 3-score deficit with the way Hanover Central has run the football seems insurmountable. Toole, handoff, Giglio. Another great push from this Hanover line. Good on Munster to keep it to just what the push was, but still 3 or 4 yards before Giglio was even contact.
It's actually Bubba Mowry who's in there for Tarzan. He pulled, got a good block right there from his right guard position. But, I mean, you're pretty much seeing the same thing out of this Munster defense. I'd like to see them bring a little more pressure here to try to help with stopping that run because – you know, it's Giglio now, it's been Bikema, and they're getting right through that defensive line of Munster pretty much at will.
Pitch play to the left on 2nd and 8. Giglio goes backwards, and then he's hit by Guaramato behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 on the play. What a great play from Guaramato, and a little bit of extracurriculars on the far sideline. I saw a Munster player be blocked through the line of scrimmage marker on the far side. He got blocked through that marker, and then Vic Guaramato went over there and had a few words to say to the Hanover Central player that made the block. But a great play from Guaramato to get the tackle for loss and set up a 3rd down.
Yeah, Hanover's been having so much success right up the middle. That time they tried to mix things up and go to the outside, but then you're playing into the team speed on this Munster defense, especially when you got Guaramato over there able to close out on that. Keep running the ball up the middle here if you're Hanover Central. That's where all your success is coming from.
And it looks like Hanover Central used a timeout. And so we'll take one as well. 54 seconds left in the third quarter. Hanover Central faces a 3rd and long when we return, leading 21-10. You're watching high school football on JTV.
Plumbers Local 210 is building the future, and we're looking for service plumbers to join our team. Our training center invests nearly $500,000 every year to make sure our members are the best in the industry. From a 5-year apprenticeship and an associate degree at Ivy Tech to ongoing certifications in safety and new technology, our plumbers are trained for excellence. Every member is drug tested and licensed for your safety and peace of mind. When you need plumbing work done, make sure you ask for the license. It's your right to ask.
It's more than just sports. It's pride. It's tradition. It's the region. From the gyms of the PCC to the Friday night lights of the NCC to 19 high schools that represent who we are. The Jed TV Sports Network brings your hometown teams to every screen, live and on demand. Because these moments, they matter. Jed TV Sports Network. Watch where you come from.
Third down 10. Rolling right, Toole fires, finds Furco at the 20-yard line. Not going to have enough for the first down. 4th down for Hanover Central, an 11-point lead, 5 to go. And it's a short 5, Tim. What would you do here? Looks like they're going for it, but field goal, I don't know.
Again, we don't have much information on the leg strength of Logan Zills. He does have 1 field goal on the year of 25 yards. You know, so it's a little pushing it right here, so I'd probably go for it.
4th and 5. Snap back. Toole looking to throw. Slant too high over the middle. Did Lehman hold on to it? He did. Anthony Lehman reached up, grabbed it out of the air. The 6'4", 225-pound tight end able to hold on through it through a big hit, and the chains moved for Hanover Central.
You know, and this is the guy that had 8 catches coming into the ball game all year long, and he's approaching that number tonight alone.
And up 11, they're going to get a snap off before the end of the quarter. Giglio pushing left and brought down at the 6-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down. Won't be goal to go, but awfully close for Hanover Central on the other side of the field. 4th quarter coming your way next. Can Munster make a comeback, or will Hanover Central take a 3-score lead? Find out on WJOB.
If you're thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or your business has plans to break ground on a new project in 2024, Powering Indiana, Lake County is your source for the region's best electricians. With IBEW, Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today and ensure your project is in the hands of skilled professionals.
Popa Heating and Cooling is now here to service your area. Since 1968, we have been Northwest Indiana's trusted HVAC experts. Whether it's installing, repairing, or maintaining your heating and cooling systems, our professional and friendly service ensures you stay comfortable year-round. From furnaces and air conditioners to boilers and humidifiers, we handle it all. For tailored maintenance plans, 24/7 emergency response, and premium HVAC solutions, visit popahvac.com or call 219-838-7700.
Start of the fourth quarter, Hanover Central 21, Munster 10. Hanover Central knocking on the door of what would essentially be a game-sealing touchdown with the way they've run the football. 3-score deficit with the way Hanover Central's ran it. That's tough for me to imagine Munster accomplishing in this game. Not impossible, not that it hasn't happened before, but if you're the Mustangs, a goal line stand could ignite something special here.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it's going to take, as you said. It's a Munster offense that isn't all that explosive. They want to run the football down the field. Haven't seen Schausberger take many attempts downfield today. I saw it early on in the year. He's capable of it, but certainly not a strength. So this is one when Munster needs to go all out to try to get a goal line stand.
They can get a first down at the 3. The handoff goes by Kima. He's hit and stood up at the 5. His teammates pushing him, though, and that might be enough for a first and goal. It depends on the spot.
That's going to be the difficult thing for Munster is at Hanover if they didn't get it there, and they did not. But Hanover's going to be able to get a first down if they don't get inside the end zone. So Munster's going to have to come big here, possibly on 6 plays.
3rd down 1. Man in motion right to left. Toole will fake the handoff, now look to run himself as the quarterback. He gets the first down, won't get the end zone. So reset unless that far line judge looks like he might be short.
Looks like he had better forward progress than what they're giving him.
I thought he had
there.
it for sure. And now they're saying 100% 4th down. Refs aren't even interested in a measurement. So I thought it was a first down run from Toole that would have reset and made it a 1st and goal. Instead, it's no gain, 4th and 1, and Munster has saved themselves. They're attempting a field goal here. Logan Ziltz on to attempt this field goal. 26-yarder, Ziltz kicks it right through the upright, so it's 24-10, but the more important thing is Munster will still have an opportunity to come back in this football game only down 2 scores. 10:40 left, quarter 4. Hanover 24, Munster 10. The Mustangs getting the ball when we return. This is high school football on Gen TV.
If you're thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or your business has plans to break ground on a new project in 2024, Powering Indiana, Lake County is your source for the region's best electricians. With IBEW, Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today and ensure your project is in the hands of skilled professionals.
Popa Heating and Cooling is now here to service your area. Since 1968, we have been Northwest Indiana's trusted HVAC experts. Whether it's installing, repairing, or maintaining your heating and cooling systems, our professional and friendly service ensures you stay comfortable year-round. From furnaces and air conditioners to boilers and humidifiers, we handle it all. For tailored maintenance plans, 24/7 emergency response, and premium HVAC solutions, visit popahvac.com or call 219-838-7700.
Field goal from Hanover Central pushed it to 24-10. 4th and 1, Tony Bartolomeu, elected to kick a field goal instead of going for it. Sudak on the kickoff return is brought down on a low-high tackle just short of the 25-yard line. That field goal keeps Munster's chances realistically alive. This is not miracle territory. This happens in football quite frequently. All you need is 2 scores and a stop, and you've tied the game.
You don't need to go away from your game plan either. You got plenty of time on the clock to continue doing what you're doing. It's not like you need to come out here and throw the ball all the way downfield. So keep running, the zone option. Pick your way downfield. You just probably need to make sure you get in the end zone here. But you don't need to do anything different than you've done all ball game.
1st and 10. Schosberger will keep it on a read option and is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A tackle for loss, and Schosberger is slow to get up. And immediately the Hanover Central players that tackled him were signaling to the Munster sideline. But Schosberger, in a real show of toughness, pops back up and says, no, I'm good, let's go. Oh, and now they're having him come off the field. So Schosberger will come off the field. Liam Gouvier, the senior, will come on. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I was curious to see if it's going to be Sudak taking the snaps, going direct snap, I think, is what they're going to do here.
Yep, Sudak in the gun. Preboy, the running back, gets the handoff, goes outside right tackle, brought down shoulder high, just short of the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for Munster.
Schosberger back on the field now, so that's good news for Munster.
It's 4-down territory for the Mustangs with under 10 minutes to play, down 14. 3rd down, 5 at the 29. Line to gain the 34. Schosberger in the gun. Sam Sudak has the lone touchdown for Munster today in the backfield. Vic Guaramato at the bottom of your screen, near sideline. They roll left away from him and then throw back to Guaramato on a post, and he dropped it. He dropped it. Guaramato was going to be streaking to the end zone for a game-changing touchdown. Instead, it's in and out of his hands. A real disappointing play for the Mustangs leads to 4th down and 5 and a decision to punt.
Ed Furco beat running the post over the middle of the field, had the ball in his hands, and as you said, that's an easy touchdown if he holds on to that. Hard to know. Did he start looking downfield a little bit too early? He's going to be the most disappointed person on the field right now, I can tell you that.
It's a fake punt. Owen Burns tosses it up. It's caught. He holds on to it. At 1st down for the Mustangs. I was wondering, why are they punting in this situation? They're not. Owen Burns floats a duck into the night sky, and coming down with the duck is Carter Moore, the senior, and the Munster Mustangs aren't dead yet.
Looks like that ball held up in the air forever, and Zach Carter Moore he got hit hard on that one, so give him all the credit. He actually held on to the football, picked up the big 1st down. He probably thought that ball was never going to get to him.
1st and 10 from the 41. Ball right down the middle of the field. Munster on their own side of the field, down 24-10. Man in motion, Irie Preboy. Schosberger will keep it in a poor decision. 2 Wildcats immediately on Schosberg. It's a 5 or more yard loss on the play, and Preboy had room to run on the game.
Well, that's where Hanover's been able to really blow up this Munster offense, and it's right up the middle. They're just bringing pressure up the gut, right up the center, and they're able to stop that read option before it even gets going.
Yeah, man, it looked like Preboy had a whole lot of space on the left side of the field. 2nd and 17 now. Preboy in motion again, this time out of pistol. They'll give to Sudak. Sudak jump cut to the left and is brought down near the line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd down and 17. All that momentum from the fake punt, and you just feel the air come right out of the balloon with a 7-yard loss on 1st down.
Approaching the 8-minute mark, it's got to be 4-down territory, I would assume, unless they go backwards here. Just try to get back to the original line of scrimmage, get about half of this back, and bring a lot more of your playbook back into question.
3rd down, 16. Shotgun snap, handoff Sudak. Sudak, right side. Now he bursts up the right side numbers after a few cuts. He's inside Hanover Central territory. A 1st down and then some for Sam Sudak.
And I love the play call there. And the thank you for Coach St. Louis was probably just what I was saying. Hey, let's run the football, see if we can break one, get about half of this, set up a 4th down, in the more reasonable. And then you always have that potential when you give the ball to Sam Sudak that he can break one like he just did there.
First down and 10 inside Hanover Central territory. Ball at the 40-yard line, right hash. 14-point deficit for Munster. Preboy in motion left to right. They'll then give it to the tight end, who then sprints up the right side numbers. Upended that time was Xavier Rodriguez. Rodriguez was kind of lined up in that tight end spot. They fake that jet sweep one way, then look like they're going to give it to Sudak, and then they give it to Rodriguez, who came out of the tight end spot. A nice creative play from Robinson St. Louis.
Listen, they know they want to continue to run the football. They don't want to put it in the air. So now you got to go with a little misdirection, a little creativity, and that's exactly what they did there for a nice 8-yard first down gain.
2nd and 2. Under 7 left in this Week 6 contest. Out of empty, Sudak in motion. They give it to Sudak on the sweep. Sudak breaks a few tackles, angles back to the right side of the field, along the right side hash, inside the 20-yard line. The chains move, and into the Tech Credit Union red zone go the Mustangs. Tech Credit Union, we're the better option for your financial journey.
Just great execution on this drive. Again, running the football, staying with the game plan. Sudak has been able to break a couple big ones, which obviously helped move the ball down the field a little quicker. But with all 3 of your timeouts left, the clock is not a major concern right now.
First down and 10 from the 20. Ball on the right hash. Sudak, handoff, angles back towards the middle of the field, picks up 2 or 3 before the Wildcats can wrap him down. 2nd down for Munster.
Zerby in there on the tackle. Haven't called his name much. He leads Hanover with 45 tackles coming into the ball game. We have talked about Corey Hazley, second on the team with 34 tackles.
And the initial spot was actually generous as they pushed back Sudak to the original line of scrimmage. So a 0-yard pickup for Sudak on first down. 2nd down, 10. Schosberger in empty, looking to throw. Rolls left. Tries to slip out of a sack, and he's brought down hard. A huge sack for Hanover Central. Corey Hazley, the junior, back there with a huge negative play, and that's a play that Schosberger just got to get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
I thought maybe he had a guy in the slot, didn't catch the number right away or out in the flat right away near the line of scrimmage. But, yeah, you got to throw that one away. Zerby came in there with a big hit, spun him to the ground, and I did not like the way Schosberger fell on his shoulder there. And he's coming out of the ball game for the 2nd time on this drive.
So Sudak will be in the quarterback spot. 3rd down, 19. Line to gain inside the 10-yard line. Sudak gives it to Preboy, who's moving left to right. Preboy, only a couple. And a 4th down, and this would be a longer field goal, about the same distance, actually, that they attempted earlier, but it was a line drive from Owen Burns, and a field goal doesn't do anything for you right now, down 14 with 4:30 left.
No, field goal does no good here. That shouldn't even be on the table. 4.5 minutes to play. You can have this patient drive running the football, and I've loved everything they've done here. Couple mistakes, not throwing the ball away, but I've loved the play call all the way. But the only way that works out for you is if you end up with a touchdown. Then you would have all 3 of your timeouts going on defense to get the ball back. So it's unfortunate taking that sack. They're going to be in a situation here now where they got to burn the timeout to get the right play call out there. But it's a got to have it.
Such an important timeout, too. Hate to have to use it, but it is 4th and 17. The game might be decided on the next play. 24-10, Hanover Central leads Munster. This is high school football on Gen TV.
And family-friendly atmosphere.
Drivers, have you been searching for a more reliable driving job? Get the paychecks and predictability you need as a Schneider driver. Schneider's large selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers have access to great benefits with a 401k match and a 24/7 support team. Get the keys to a better driving job. Search openings near you and apply now at schneiderjobs.com.
Powers Health is committed to advancing medical care and technology in our area. Cancer research and clinical trials so you can explore new horizons. Heart care expertise with a collaborative team of specialists so you can create more memories together. Northwest Indiana's only certified comprehensive stroke center so you can cover new ground. When it comes to advanced care, look no further. Everything we do, everything we believe, powers health.
Real shame for Munster. Daniel Schosberger still not back in the football game. And Hanover Central will take a timeout right as we've come back. We'll keep it here on this one. 24-10, Hanover Central in the lead. Munster was able to get a goal line stand to force a field goal to keep this a 2-score game. That made this drive extremely critical. The key play on this drive was a fake punt. Before that fake punt, though, it was a nice play where Schosberger rolled out left and looked back to his right, hit Vic Guaramato on a post. He was going to break the tackle. He was going to score the game-changing touchdown. Instead, it popped out of Guaramato's hands. Now, tough to see, did the DB pull his arm a little or was it a straight drop? Either way, a ball that looked like it was going to be caught for a touchdown in the booth ends up being incomplete. So that by itself would have changed everything. The fake punt then gave Munster a little bit of burst of hope, but then Schosberger was sacked hard. Now, after this Hanover Central timeout, Schosberger's actually going to come back on the field. So a break maybe for Munster, who was going to go with Sam Sudak in the backfield on a 4th and 17. Now they're able to run Schosberger back out.
Probably the better option. We haven't seen Sudak throw the ball. Not sure, what kind of arm he has. Schosberger can fire it downfield.
Schosberger rolling to his left. Looking back, firing Guaramato. Same play they tried to run earlier, and it's intercepted. Jacob Furco undercut the pass, picked it off in the end zone, and that probably going to do it as Hanover Central will get a touchback and the football, leading by 14 with 4:02 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't know if Preboy ran the wrong route. You had Preboy bringing a defender over as well. It looked like he was running a post from the left side as Guaramato was running here from the right. So there was two receivers kind of right in the same area. But, yeah, it was just good defensive play. Like you said, undercutting that route, getting in there to make the play by Furco.
Well, and with the timeout called before the 4th and 17, Munster will only be able to stop the clock twice. And with the way Hanover Central's run the football, two first downs, one first down probably technically does it, given the fact it's a 2-score game, but 2 first downs, they'll be able to kneel it out. First down run is for 3, second down 7. Ramison St. Louis saved this first timeout for sure. If you get a stop here on 2nd and 6, you use it.
Second down 6, Hanover Central.
2nd and 6, 3:36 left. Hanover Central with the football on their own 24. Wyatt Toole, handoff up the middle. Big hit at the hole right at the first down marker. Did he get it? Dominic Giglio. He did. They're moving the sticks.
Yeah, and the way Hanover's running the ball, there isn't much doubt that they're going to be able to do this downfield until Munster burns all their timeouts. And as you said, then just take a couple knees. And that's all we're going to get is a heavy dose of whoever's out there right now. It's like it's Giglio, and then it's going to be Bikema just running the football right up the gut of this Munster defense.
It's going to take a fumble. 1st and 10. And off, and a tackle for loss behind the line of scrimmage. That's the best defensive play against the run Munster's had today, as they're able to bring down Giglio in the backfield. So 2nd and long with 2:40 left in this fourth quarter. St. Louis saving the timeout. I would here too. After the run play on 2nd down, then I'd take it. But you're in have to recover an onside kick territory if you're Munster, unless you can get a defensive score here on 2nd and 13. Hanover Central their own 28. Handoff, Isaiah Bikema. Bikema up the left side, a first down and then some. Bikema, a stiff arm at the 40. He's at the 30, another stiff arm. He refuses to go down. He's inside the 10-yard line, brought down at the 6. The helmet comes off. Well, show your face, kid. A superstar run from Isaiah Bikema, and that's going to be all she wrote, folks. With 2:05 left in the fourth quarter, Hanover Central is inside the 10-yard line, and Isaiah Bikema, 2 touchdowns and a lot of impressive runs, but none more impressive than that one.
Bouncing off a shoulder tackle, and then 2 stiff arms on 2 different Munster defenders. That right there is a Hometown Jams Playback 10 nominee. What a run by Bikema.
What a run. And I think a heavy favorite for our Crown Company's Insurance Professionals Lantern Man Player of the Game. As the handoff goes right, we'll be short of the end zone. Minute 40 left in this one.
Dominic Giglio on the carry, brought down by
Giglio was brought down short. And if Munster gives up a touchdown, honestly, it's a real shame because this was not a 21-point difference type of ball game to my eyes. I thought Munster really hung in this football game, and 31-10 is not going to be representative of the competition we saw today.
No, you just think of the handful of mistakes, the pass interference on the 3rd and long, the drop by Garamato where he would have been in the end zone. A lot of penalties.
Giglio right up the middle, pushing, short of the goal line. Munster defense been playing tough down here. Were able to force a field goal last time it was goal to go.
Yeah, but they're not interested in calling timeouts right now. They got 2 left, and they're just letting this one wind down.
Given the fact that Robinson St. Louis isn't using this timeout, if you're Hanover Central, the sportsman thing is to take a knee. And he fumbled the football. And Hanover Central might get a touchdown they didn't mean to get if they recovered it. We're waiting for a signal. Who recovered the football? They'll say that Hanover Central recovered it, but short of the goal line. So that's going to do it. Well, the most dramatic kneel down you'll ever see is it was a fumble from Hanover Central. No score, though. 15 seconds left. Hanover Central not required to snap the football. I don't imagine they will, although they're getting up under center.
Because it's like this time of year next year. Gotcha.
We never.
And 3 seconds left. Are they going to snap this? They are. They're going to hand it off and dive for a touchdown at the buzzer.
Did he really?
So a touchdown looks like from a player that doesn't often get the football.
I think it was it Zerby, 34?
That was Lincoln Zerby, the senior linebacker. I'm going to guess that's his first career touchdown as a linebacker. That would be the only rational sportsman explanation for Hanover Central diving into the end zone there with the game all but settled. So 30-10, the final score. Tim, it's obvious. Let's get to our player of the game. Brought to you by Crown Company's Insurance Professionals, the Lantern Man Player of the Game, your insurance superhero. It has to be, I'm assuming you're in agreement, Isaiah Bikema.
Yeah, unless you want to give it to the entire Hanover offensive line that just dominated the line of scrimmage. We typically give it to one guy, and Bikema took advantage of those huge holes that were open for him and just ran the ball right down the gut all game long. Bikema, who, I saw early in the year against Chittard, has just continued to get better and better as this year has gone on.
In terms of schedules coming up, Munster in the Battle of the Bridge next week, I think they'll be favorites in that one with the way they played tonight. And then a real tough stretch upcoming for Hanover Central, Hobart and Drahan due up on the docket for Hanover Central. How do you think they'll fare in those two games?
Well, they're continuing to get better on a younger team that lost a lot of talent. So they're starting to peak. They played a very good Lowell team competitive 2 weeks ago, and then going up against an always physical team last week against Kankakee Valley and got a big win. And then as long as this offensive line continues to play like they're playing and develop the way they are, and you give Bikema and Giglio the opportunity to run the football behind them, then, they're going to have an opportunity. And it's a Hobart team that's struggling to run the ball offensively right now. They do have a very good defense, though. And Drahan, excellent defense. Offense isn't as explosive yet as it probably will be. So Hanover right now is they're peaking at the right moment, and I think they're starting to get a lot of confidence as they get into a very difficult stretch of the schedule.
I want to thank everybody for watching on the NCC Network and Jed TV. I want to thank everybody on WJOB for listening, and thanks to our Jed TV crew for doing a wonderful job as always. For Tim Fedler, I'm Lucas Moore. 30-10, the final score. Hanover Central defeats Munster. Hanover, the Wildcats, now 3-3. Munster falls to 1-5. A real shame about the final score. It was a much closer football game than that through many portions. I want to thank you so much for watching and listening See you next time. This has been WJOB, Jet TV, and the NCC Network.